welcome to the Powerful Comics Man podcast. Welcome to the Powerful Comics Man podcast. Almost 12 midnight na. Pero this is a very late night podcast, but it's all right. We're gonna stay here with my very lovely guest tonight. But first, let's get a few things out of the way. Dapat pala, actually, ang plan ko is uunahin ko to before magkaroon ng OBB. That was supposed to be the new approach, but anyway, I'll try that next time. But okay, so ayan, the things that I'm gonna say are flashing right here in the no. This is powered by Mucha Lux Cakes. Mucha Lux Cakes, yay!
I ate the one in the middle. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So Mucha is it's all vegan pastries, cakes, and donuts. We're gonna be in Mandala Park in Shaw Boulevard. This Sunday we do pop-ups. Doon sa lugar na yon. Every Sunday, at least most Sundays. And you can check us out at hello.miucha in Instagram. And also this show is co-produced by Paradigm Shift Productions. And Paradigm Shift Productions, mga prod sila ng mga gigs. They just had a great gig last night at Upper House in BGC.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so lots of check out their Facebook page to check out the gig schedules. We do sa QC rin in Conspiracy Garden, and then in Upper House BGC, and then more shows to come.
What kind of genre is it?
Indie.
Indie.
Indie
Okay.
rock. Sometimes they do open mics, and lots of budding artists are there,
Okay.
and they're also sending over their artist for Jamcast episodes. So that's why we partnered, and also XSplit. If you're interested in creating anything similar to this podcast with video or streaming, ayusin natin eh. Yan. Okay, so yan tuloy.
Nakatayo na.
Anyway, so XSplit is the program that I'm using. It's not sorcery, my friends. And you can download it in the descriptions. Pinoy podcasting, parang podcasts are becoming a thing now.
Right.
Nagsusulputan kung saan-saan yung mga podcast here in the Philippines. All over the world, it's been huge already.
Yeah, 2005, 2000,
Yeah.
early 2000s.
But now we're just catching up. And if you want to try your hand in podcasting, check out XSplit. It's an affiliate link para kumita naman tong podcast na to.
What is X-Link? What do they do? XSplit. What do they
It's the
do?
program that I'm using.
Oh,
This
the
one,
program
yeah.
that you're using exactly. You just is it compatible for Mac?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
for any-
Mac, PC.
Right.
It's very powerful and very easy to use. So.
Right.
Yun! Powerful Ramiro Mataro is here. What's up, dude? Please share this live stream and ask your questions. I have a very, very interesting lady in the house and very
Let me
promising. And without further ado, Miss Sha Supangan.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
So actually, inano ko na, I just made sure when I found out that she's here because you're based in London
Right.
for most of the time, no?
Right. Yeah.
So when I saw that you're here, parang, I need to get her on the show bago pa ako maunahan ng mga talent scouts dun sa London. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be way harder to get her here on the show. So until hindi pa nangyayari yun, the inevitable.
The inevitable. Let me share the link first to
Yeah.
my timeline. Let me see, so we can spread the word, right?
Yeah. So you should do the same. Share.
Just maybe go to your Comics Man, right?
Uh,
The powerful Comics Man, and then share the link
is it?
online. Is that right?
It's just hit share on Facebook.
Okay.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
parang ganun
Done.
lang. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, I met you briefly actually.
Yeah.
Para in a gig sometime last year
Yeah.
in Tago Bar, and it's Tago is under renovation right
Is it
now.
Tago or Tago?
I call it Tago because
Oh, it's hidden.
because it's hidden. It's not the location is not in the prime
Right.
areas
Okay.
for clubs. And but then I really love that place because you can see you'd see the best musicians in the country
Right.
play there,
Right.
and I love the culture of them just after their sets they're just gonna hang out and just play until 4 5 a.m.
Jamming.
Diba? They're just
Yeah.
gonna jam and parang dun pa lang parang sulit na I can just stay there and be friends and then and also meet people like you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Randomly as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So, but then from then, I saw you went you went to the
Arrivederci.
UK,
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
diba?
Yeah.
So, tell us about yourself, pala muna.
Myself. Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Whew, heavy. My name is Sha. Hello. I am based in London,
Mhm.
and teka,
Sorry about that.
no, it's okay.
Okay.
Well, I used to promote clubs here in Manila. I guess you've heard my my name before because of clubbing and electronic music, dance music, house music. My first event was Tiesto when I was 16. It was illegal, but I was promoting the event.
Wow.
So that's what I did for 13 years.
13 years.
13 years, babes.
Really?
Sobrang tagal. It was very long. And then I quit that. I went to Singapore, worked there for 2 years, and then quit that and then went to London. So I've been doing events, festivals, music festivals. I was a partner for one of the bars when I was 21 and clubs in Manila when I was 21 years old. And then now I do music, but then music in different ways. Like I DJ and sing. At the same
Yeah.
time, I produce my own music. I co-produce them. I write my own music. I dance. I sing. I do my own events in London as well.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were studying in London.
I'm studying. Yeah, I'm also studying. So there's also that. I am studying. Yeah, I'm studying songwriting and music production.
What are you studying? Because I've seen you. I've seen your Instagram posts
Right.
where you're dancing.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's a very nice, very good dancer. Yeah, follow her at Crazy Little Asian.
Yeah.
How did you buy that handle? Or
No, actually,
how come it's still available?
no, I don't know. I have no idea why it's still available. Actually, a funny story.
Really?
My ex used to call me that. You're the
Oh.
crazy little Asian. And I was like, you know what? That's quite catchy. And just as a joke, it was kind of like an ironic joke. Alam mo yung parang joke. It is not really like, oh yeah, I'm the crazy little Asian. It was kind of like, yeah, okay, I'm crazy, I'm little, and I'm Asian. Yeah. My ex from England.
Okay.
And I just typed it in just to check if it's available. And it was. I'm like, what? So I kept
Oh,
it.
I know.
Yeah, yeah. And it was much easier. I don't know. I might change it. But for now, it's crazy little Asian. Yeah. Hi,
Yes.
babe.
Yeah.
Doggy.
Tell us about your
My school.
No,
Or-
oh yeah, that's or dancing first.
Dancing. I couldn't dance to save my life before. I couldn't.
Really?
I could like the dance step before. I remember this. It was like left, right, left, left, right. Like that was it. Like that was the dance move, right? I couldn't.
That was when?
I was very very young. I think I joined a dance class. I think I was maybe 10 or 11, and I couldn't for the life of me do the left, right, right. I couldn't left, right, right.
That's
It was very
unbelievable.
confusing. So I was like, oh, but I could watch. I watch all these dancers, and they're so natural. You know, when you're a kid, you can see people who are just natural movers. I was not. I was not one of them.
You will never be able to tell that if you
It was-
if people see
yeah, ako
your
parang,
videos.
it took me. I went to power dance for 4 years, four
What's
summers.
power dance?
Power dance is one of the premier jazz companies in the Philippines. Even now, Douglas Nieras. I don't know if you've heard of Douglas Nieras. He used to host and judge in, I don't know, GMA 7, I think.
Ah, okay.
And I would always stay in front of the class.
Okay.
Even though I couldn't follow any of the steps, I was in front in the middle of the class, and I couldn't follow any of the steps, and I would get shouted at, and I'm like, yeah,
Talaga?
because I'm like, oh, I can't remember the steps, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna stay in front because I want to learn. Um,
Okay, sorry.
oh, so someone messaged me as well on Instagram. Her name is, let's see, I think Skyla.
Yeah.
Skyla. She's asking because she wants to learn how to dance as well.
Yeah.
She's asking, and she doesn't have a dancing bone. This is a funny question because I couldn't dance either.
Talaga?
I couldn't, di talaga.
well, you're
Hindi
the
talaga.
well, in that case, that was a perfect question for you
Yeah.
because you're the perfect person to answer that.
Yeah.
If okay.
But you just have to want it. You have to be okay with looking stupid for a long time. You have to be okay with looking silly. That's the right word, silly.
How long did it take for you to parang start building confidence? This is working out.
I think honestly, I mean, obviously on the first year I could semi remember the steps, but I was actually copying a lot of the time. But then I think I liked how I moved maybe after the fourth year, maybe
Hmm?
fourth year.
4
'Cause-
years.
Yeah,
Wow,
but it was
that's a
like
long
every summer.
time.
That's a long because I couldn't dance. I couldn't remember the steps for one.
Mm-hmm.
Eh pag hindi ka makasabay, if you can't follow the steps, and then paano ka, how do you how do you move if you can't remember the steps?
How did you keep the interest, or why? How come that didn't phase you?
Because I was in the ice skating team for the Philippines as well when I was dancing when I was 11.
Okay.
And I was not graceful. I was not graceful. I was not very flexible either, and I was a should I be where should I
no,
be
no,
looking?
no.
Um,
Look anywhere you want.
I'll look I'll look at the dog. No, so I was ice skating, and pag nakakakita ka ng mga Michelle Kwan, all of these ice skaters are so graceful, and ako parang I'm like a bumbling idiot on the ice. So I was thinking, I need to learn these skills. So
Okay.
pinagsabay ko na siya. And I started late. 11 years old is quite late for ice skating. You usually start like when you're 7.
Where did you practice ice skating?
SM Mega Mall.
SM Mega Mall. Okay.
Yeah. I was in the national team, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you get to compete outside the country in the SEA Games or whatever,
We
wherever?
competed, yeah. In 2004, we joined a world championship. It was in Minnesota. We won first place against 96 countries.
Wow.
We met the president at the time, which was Gloria Macapagal. We were invited to Malacanang to meet the
Really?
president because we won first place against 96 countries, including U.S., Russia. I was part of that team in 2004.
Wow. How come there's a team? I didn't know there's a team in ice skating.
There is. We join. I mean, they still do it now, but it's like a team championships basically. So all your points are accumulated by the end of the championships, and then we won. The Philippines won.
Did you do the entire I don't even know what it's called.
What do you mean?
The dances in
The choreography.
yeah.
I would actually always choose my music. So I would
Okay.
always, even
Oh,
when
you
I was
can
a
do
kid,
that. You're
Yeah, you can.
given at least that.
I mean, some of them just let their coaches pick for them. Never.
What was your music?
I think in world championships, I think usually it's kind of like parang Swan Lake, very like piano based, diba?
Okay.
Mine was not like that. It was Evanescence.
Wow, bring me to
What
life.
can you see? And it's like, what is going on? Boom, 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 and I won.
That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah,
That's a
yeah,
great
yeah.
story.
Yeah, my
So, but did you have a partner?
no, it was always solo. I
Okay.
was always solo. It was, yeah.
But have you tried doing it with a partner?
No, because there aren't that many men or
Ah, I see.
men ice skating back then. Like very few, and they're not. They're, yeah,
And you were 11.
11 when I started. When I was
Ah,
interested, so it's quite late, I would
but
say.
when you got to compete, you were.
I competed when I was 11, but it was not like in a world championship.
I see.
It was more of one leg up, other leg up. Yeah.
Wow.
Eh,
It's fascinating to me because I don't know how to skate. It's the one skill that I never got to. Oh, I tried several times, but
Yeah.
I just couldn't.
Ice
Uh,
skating or normal skating?
Ice skating, rollerblading, skateboards.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm not afraid to try,
Right.
but I always wipe out in the end.
Mm,
Well, maybe I should try harder.
yeah.
Maybe I'm just not putting that much effort into it. That's why.
And
But
maybe the coach, the right coach, maybe someone to teach you. Yeah.
maybe.
Or just watch the basics. Like before you fall, you should bend your knees and hold onto your leg. Instead of like, when people flay like this, right? And then
Really?
they fall backwards. You just have to bend your knees so that your gravity, your
Center
center
of
of gravity
gravity.
is smaller and then you don't flail around and fall and
So
hit your head.
that's the trick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. When you feel like you're about to, yeah, when you feel like you're about to like lose control, just bend your knees and then hold on to the above your knees. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Oh.
So feet parallel and hold.
Do you do skateboards? Do you skateboard or?
I tried skateboarding, hit my head. Never tried again. I'm like, yep, not for me. Not my jam. Di para sa akin yan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what kind of dancing are you trained on? Classical dancing?
It
What
was
ballet?
jazz. It was jazz. It was contemporary jazz.
Contemporary jazz.
Yeah.
What's it like? I am not familiar
Contemporary
with.
jazz. There's a lot of uh, strong, big movements, strong, nice lines. It's let me think of a because contemporary is kind of very
Mm-hmm.
interpretive. But then for jazz, it's more of like it's like show dance.
Mm-hmm.
Like you kick up. It's very straight lines. I don't know how to explain it properly.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't want to mess up the terms because I was talking to a dancer,
Yeah.
one of the dancers, dance groups, and I described what they did, what they performed as interpretative dance, and they got mad.
Oh, oh my gosh. I mean,
So
I guess because
parang
contemporary, no?
I don't know.
Contemporary.
I actually forgot what they want, what their preferred term was. Pero when I said interpretative dance, parang I saw their faces. Parang,
Oh, maybe because they practiced it a lot. When you say interpretative dance, it's usually something that you didn't really practice, kind of like on
yeah.
the spot. It's like you
Mm-hmm.
making me dance now. That's an interpretative dance.
Oh,
Like
okay.
improv,
I see.
interpretative. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
So,
like what? We practice like 10 hours every day. So they would be like, you
I
know what I
see.
mean?
Well, that was fine. It's just that I didn't expect that it would be that
It's sensitive.
touchy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
But I totally understand. It's their art, and
Yeah, yeah.
they want to be precise when
Right.
defining what they do.
Right. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's so for Skyla, that's just go for it. And it's okay to look silly. Don't be afraid to look silly. I mean with the dancing. Like how do you learn how to dance if you can't dance? Going back to her question.
Yeah. I also saw some photos of you when I was making the promo.
Right, right, right.
You were part of the pep squad
Yeah,
in
DLSU.
LaSalle. Yeah.
LaSalle cheerleading. And even when I was in high school,
Tell us about that.
LaSalle. Okay, so I was an Ateneo fanatic when I was young. When I was younger, I would even because my ex was from Ateneo. My first boyfriend was from Ateneo. Hello, if
Okay.
you're listening. But and I was just I had a lot of friends from Ateneo. But anyway, when I got in LaSalle, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna audition for the DLSU Pep Squad just for kicks, just for oh, who? Sir Douglas, yeah, Sir Douglas near us. Yeah, he taught me as well. He taught me the
Yeah.
jazz dance. Anyway, and then I was like, just for fun, just for kicks, I'm gonna audition for the DLSU PepsCon. I even wore an Ateneo shirt.
Oh, okay. How dare you?
I was 16 years old. I
Okay.
didn't know any
Ah, you're
better.
not in LaSalle yet.
No, I was in LaSalle
Ah, you're
already.
already
You can't
there.
audition if
Okay.
you're not in LaSalle. So
I
I was
see, I see.
16 when I was in first year
Mm-hmm.
college, which is quite young.
Mm-hmm.
And I got in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, what do I do now? And it just kind of like rolled over into what it was. And then eventually I was like, oh my God, LaSalle forever. Yeah.
Animo.
Animo LaSalle. Yeah, it was really hard. That was one of our training was out of this world.
Really?
And then I was an athlete before, right?
Mhm.
But that's nothing
It's a
compared to
different.
the training we had in
Really?
LaSalle.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's but you did all throughout your college.
No.
You were doing that.
No, because I was on the radio as well when I was younger.
What?
103 and a
You're
half
doing
Max
everything.
FM. Yeah. And sometimes I'll be on at 6 in the morning, 6 to 9, and then I'd be promoting in the evening. Embassy Super
Mhm.
Club. I don't know if you've heard.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, way back. So I had
Mhm.
Embassy in the evening, and they had sometimes I would like walk. I'm so sorry to whoever's listening, but I would be quite drunk still on the radio
Oh.
because I haven't slept. I come from the club, then go
Mhm.
straight to the radio. Yeah, so I didn't really have time to kind of. I was like, okay, I need to let one go. So
Mhm.
I mean, I was earning promoting clubs, so I quit LaSalle.
How do you promote clubs?
Um, when I was younger, I was bullied a lot in OB, my school, like
OB.
severe OB
Ah,
Montessori.
okay, I see.
Peace and love to all y'all. You're all forgiven. But it was really bad, so I would seek friends from outside.
Mhm.
You know, uso pa yung MIRC.
Ah, yeah.
Naalala mo
Wow.
pa? MIRC,
Of course.
and I'm a voracious reader as well. I love to read. I love to converse.
How old were you back then?
I think I was 13 maybe.
Ah, okay.
And I would have all these like very innocuous, innocent conversations
I
with
see.
random people online. And back then it wasn't, like, anyway, long story short, I, we would have like eyeballs. Oh my God, nakakaya. EBs, right? We would like meet in
Oh, yeah,
Galleria.
yeah.
And like Poveda, Ateneo,
Okay.
LaSalle Green Hills, Miriam. We would all kind of like meet. And I'm the only one from OB who
Ang
would be
swerte naman ng mga ka-eyeball mo.
like, hi, super awkward. Hi, my name is Sha. And then, so I was very friendly because I was seeking friends outside because I felt very oppressed in in OB. So that's how it started. Since I knew so many people from different schools, Poveda, Ateneo, just like talking to them in person or sa mga malls. Ano ba yung sa Rockwell, ganyan.
Okay.
And then when I was in college, I was able to invite all of them, through what was that before? Was it Friendster? Can't remember. Friendster, Multiply. Yeah, so that's how. And I would bring in maybe 500, 800, 1,000 people. It's like a lot of people.
Wow.
Yeah, like a lot of people. I remember my tally at one night, Wednesday night, it was almost 900 people who came in through my guest list, for example.
How do they determine that they came through
Because
you?
I would submit a guest list, I would type this in manually. I would type names every week. That's why I type very fast. I text very fast. And I would
Okay.
send in, let's say, 1,500 names, and then maybe 800 of them would show up. And then
Okay.
I remember that the line would be all the way to the back, and it was like a weeknight. Parang yung
Kasya ba sa embassy ang 900?
oh, di pagkasyahin nyo sila doon. So that was my, so that's what I was doing also.
Yeah. Well, that's not my scene. I
Yeah.
know about it, but it just wasn't my scene.
Right.
So, I don't know what it looks like inside.
Yeah, it was like my second home almost.
Really?
Yeah, and I used to go there even with my mom. I would pay entrance fee and we would go clubbing together. And I would just drink iced tea. I just love electronic music. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. This kind of
Yeah.
music's amazing. I mean, I would go to Fête de la Musique also. Pero parang electronic music, the boom, boom, the bass is like, what is this? What is this music? Yun.
Wow. And now you're doing, would you describe your DJ sounds as that? No.
No, because I do acoustic stuff as well. I don't
Mm-hmm.
I and I know everyone's like, oh, I don't have a genre. I don't really think about genre so much. I have, yeah, but I have a lot of like club ready songs. Yes,
Mm.
mga tugs tugs.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, what's unique about?
Oh my God, my friend's saying hello. Hi Bab. Hi G.
Hi.
G, she's very pretty. You should interview her as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yan, wala tuloy ako.
Oh, what? Anyway, continue.
um, but ayun, yun, I got it.
Promoting.
No, no. What you're doing when you're
Right.
DJing
Okay.
is kind of unique because you sing along with the tracks,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So,
Because I remember we were before we started, we were talking about how our voices are a bit higher
mm-mm,
in, and I used to not like the fact that my voice, yung high res, parang, oh my God, ang tining. But
mm-mm,
apparently, it's good in clubs because I break through all the frequencies. Do you get what I mean? Sa
mm-hmm.
club kasi maingay, malakas yung track, malakas yung bass,
Oh.
like the mids are, everything's loud.
Mm-mm.
But my voice somehow pierces through and you can hear it as if I'm just on the track.
Mm-mm.
So sometimes it sounds like I'm not live. Like
Okay.
I'm meshing well with the doom 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 of the tracks. I'm like, okay, maybe this is where I don't know, shine more than acoustic, for example.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I've been doing acoustic for years. Lahat na, like Shangri-La Hotel, lahat bars,
Talaga.
clubs, every, yeah,
You
yeah,
did
yeah,
the
yeah.
rounds.
I
You
did
did.
the rounds, weddings, debut, kids
Mm-hmm.
parties, literally everything. I would sing 4 hours wearing 5-inch heels in a gown,
Mm-hmm.
4 hours straight of just singing.
In the band?
No, like with
In
a
a company?
keyboardist, for
Okay.
example, and
Well, you were enjoying.
oh, it was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, yeah.
Like I was saying earlier, parang you were hogging all of the good shit. Parang, but that was really cool. That was really nice. Well, you have the knack for it. You have the talent. So go ahead. Di
Yeah.
ba?
Can I tell you a short story about
Sure.
the DJing thing? Because I experimented that around 2013 in Boracay, and I was vehemently told after, "Uy, huwag mo na ituloy yan." And I said, "Why? What's wrong?" Di gusto ng mga tao, para ka daw nagkakaraoke. And that
Really?
really hit me hard, and I kind of stopped doing it.
Mm-mm.
And then yun nga, when I moved to London, I was like, you know what, I'll try. The worst that can happen is they boo me. I don't know anyone here
Mm-mm.
anyway. But then people seem to enjoy it more than just a normal DJ set that I did. At least I did. They were like, oh, that's so interesting. So it took me a while to get back into it because of that one comment by somebody.
Talaga?
And this is a friend. This is a friend who told me as well. So just be careful about who you listen to as well. I mean, maybe they meant well, but you don't know. You know what I mean? Oh, wag ka na mag-podcast. Mahirap yan,
Mm.
diba? Stuff
Well, I
like
know
that. You know what
exactly
I
what you
mean?
mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's try to check out what you're doing and that Facebook. Wait. uh, wait a minute. Hindi pala naka-ready.
That's all right. Maybe I
Cancel,
can.
cancel. Okay, okay, okay. Let's try this. Oops. This is my
Let's see if I can say that.
shot. Stellar shot.
Is it on my
Uh,
Instagram
it
or
should be hi, it's let's just go to your
Instagram's
Instagram.
faster?
Mas maganda, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Instagram
Crazy Little
Crazy
Asian.
Little Asian.
I was super shocked when it was still available.
Oo nga eh, no?
I was
Sabi
like,
ba?
what?
It used to be something else, di ba?
It's
Okay.
Stellar Sha.
Stellar
before.
siya, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That one. I was DJing at Z Hostel. I'm actually Z Hostel in
this
Poblacion.
one,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. For example. Medyo nakainom na ako dito. Sorry.
Gusto mo bang uminom? Pwede tayong uminom ngayon.
Tea na lang.
Teka, I'm just gonna wait. Because this is gonna blast the sound really really loud
Okay.
if I don't do that. Okay, that's okay. Wala pang tao masyado.
They're here eh.
uh, I haven't been there, but I always one of my friends play there. Nagdi-DJ din siya. And matagal ko na siyang gustong puntahan. Hindi na ako natuloy-tuloy.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's quite far, but then it's fun. It's really fun. It's quite chill also.
Mm. Let's check out your dancing.
Okay.
Eto. Are you dancing here?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
That's so funny. Yung mga luma na lang. That's like when I got back eh. So, okay.
Why? What's wrong with this one?
This is the first time I've danced in months.
Really?
Because I couldn't dance in London. It was so expensive and it was quite far. Like, it would take me 2 hours travel time in total.
To get to the studio?
To get to the studio and back. And then, oh my God, it's so far.
Okay. Let's check out other videos. Do you have particular videos you wanna that we can you wanna play?
Okay. Well, see, that's what John Paul. But
this one.
like
Yeah,
me
John
singing, or which would you like?
Anything.
That one was, oh my God, intense. But then with maybe this one, the one in the middle.
This one?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good. Or the one.
Okay, so are you part of a group of a dance group?
No, actually, after that, like this is in G-Force.
G-Force.
G-Force, yeah.
You're part of G-Force? No?
No, I'm just like in one of their classes. I'm the blonde one with the white shorts.
This one?
Yeah.
That's you. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you can really dance. You can really dance.
I couldn't before. It was so bad.
I can't. I'm even having doubts in believing that.
Oh no, it was really bad. Like you know how people are just like, some people that are growing up, kitang-kita mo agad maganda yung kilos. Hindi talaga eh.
Oh, talaga?
Hindi talaga. And this is not self-judgment. It's just reality.
So
we can scroll up because I did an acoustic. Ayun, me ice skating.
Ice skating?
There. Can you see?
That's you. Okay.
Yeah, that's me. I choreographed the latter part of that.
How old in this video?
I was in La Salle na. I think I was 17.
Oh, look at you.
You can skip to the second video if you like.
Second video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yan.
I'm always fascinated with things that I don't think I can ever do.
I don't know. I mean, if you saw me, how I moved before, like this is, it has some people actually, I because we always compare ourselves to other people, right? Parang ang bilis naman niya matuto ng gitara, like whatever, they're so quick. I was quite slow actually, like with my development, but that's me comparing myself to like 8-year-old kids.
Wow, that's great.
You know what I mean? So I think the key is just comparing yourself to how you were last month or last week. It was hard because
you compete with yourself.
Yeah, but it was hard. You know, when you're young, you want to compare yourself to your peers, and
that's a common mistake that everybody does. Me, as I'm an artist,
right.
so
Yeah,
especially for artists, parang when you draw, you see your drawing, and then you see the best artists.
Yeah.
that parang but then if you're gonna think about it, parang you're doing yourself a great disservice. Why are you comparing yourself to, let's say, if you're starting out as a singer, you're comparing yourself to Michael Jackson.
Right.
Of course, you're not gonna be Michael Jackson. Diba?
And you'll never be Michael Jackson because you're you.
Yeah.
You'll never be, no matter how many times you practice that.
So the best thing that you can do is just see how you can improve.
Yeah.
With your from your last performance.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. What can you do? How many spins can you do?
No, we were counting before, like siguro 30 more pa, 30 spins. Yeah. Before I would want to throw up. I mean, sorry if you're eating, but like after 4 spins you're like, you know, you feel like, oh my God, di ko to kaya. But after a while you get used to it. You get used to anything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Parang siyempre nakakahilo yun, no?
Yeah.
How about these photos?
Oh my God. No, actually, those pictures, I mean, I don't mind. I just didn't really like posting mga nakaayos. I didn't post a lot of like I have so many
Mm-hmm.
photo shoots in Singapore, here in London. I don't really post them because I feel like, am I contributing anything positive to society? Parang
Because
wala
through
akong
these
ma-contribute.
photos.
So, I think sometimes I would post them because I feel like, again, I'm competing with my peers. Like, oh, they're
Mm-hmm.
posting all these really nice looking pictures. I should post some of mine. But
Ah,
then,
okay.
so my compromise was that I would tell a story, maybe like a personal story when I upload a picture,
I see.
so that it's not just, hey, look at me, I look
Pretty.
pretty, cute, or whatever,
Hot. Ganun.
Yeah, parang so yun. I
Here, sexy photo. Parang
yeah, yeah,
ganun.
yeah, 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 yeah. And sometimes it's really frustrating as well, because you would post something really important for you that you worked so hard to do, and they would have like 10 likes, 10 views, and then you post like a picture with your tits out, like 500, 700,
Uh,
1,000, 2,000. I'm like, oh, who cares about tits?
uh,
But then, voila, it's social media. You just have to roll with the punches.
yeah, yeah. Well,
So I
not that I'm
did.
complaining, but yeah, I get you.
Yeah. I cannot relate, but okay. So yeah, I used to DJ in Sinulog, Cebu. You can see
This
there.
one?
Yeah, that's in Cebu. But that's an original trans song because I'm a trans baby.
What's a trans baby?
This is a trans song. Do you know, like Armin van
Ah,
Buren,
trans.
trans
Okay, okay,
music?
okay.
Yeah,
Trans music.
yeah.
Okay, I see.
Not trans.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
hot topic. We're not
That's
going there.
that's
Yeah.
why I got a little
No,
confused.
no, 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 no. They're like, what? What? They have their
uh,
own music now? No, not like that.
anyway, wow.
So, um,
Oh, that's
I surfed also, but not
mm.
as often as I'd like.
This
That
is
one,
the
yeah. So
these are the days when you were
here in
doing
Manila, that's in Manila. I was singing for Watson's
Watsons.
company, the company. It's like a
Okay.
company party, and I
Mm-hmm.
was one of their performers. And the video before that, I was one of the
This one?
opening art. That one, the video. Yeah, I
This
was
one?
one of the opening artists for um, Steve Aoki, Laid Back Luke. That's Laid Back Luke.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, half Filipino, half Dutch,
Yeah.
DJ, producer extraordinaire.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
yeah, that's me.
That's you.
Yeah,
Okay, no,
on
yeah. You
stage.
kind of look a little different, but yeah, yeah,
Not
it's
a
you.
little different, like massively different. Like eyelash extensions. Like it was, yeah. Now I'm kind of more bare. Yeah.
I saw a Instagram story that you
So me DJing in front of thousands.
which one?
SM Bacolod naman yan. The one on top.
On top?
Yeah,
This one?
that one.
In
Yeah.
Bacolod, sa
Yeah.
probinsya may
Yeah.
nagdi-DJ.
Yeah, SM Bacolod invited me to DJ
Ah,
and
yes,
sing.
I see.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see.
So I did all sorts of stuff.
Wow.
Random stuff. Not so random, but yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it's it's awesome. Not a lot of musicians get to do what you're doing.
Yeah.
Diba? So how do you get these gigs?
Um because I mean, I used to work behind the scenes. I used to work as a promoter, right? So I would,
See.
every time my birthday, for example, I did izakaya with my friends Gujular and Zana and John Jay, and every time my classmates, my friends, whatever, they would have birthday celebrations. They would most of the time celebrate with us in izakaya or wherever I was promoting, Embassy, Republic, like what the other person was saying earlier. So
Yeah.
parang dami ko nakikilala. You know what I mean? And
So it parang it falls together, 'di ba? Parang
yeah,
kasi
yeah.
parang I'm sure there will be people kasi maganda yan, parang
Or
ganun.
parang, kasi nagpo-promote dati, maraming dala. Maraming, like, they have a lot, maraming ang dadalhin. Before, I could sense that they didn't even check my audition video. They were just like, oh, she'll bring people. Because I'm a promoter. Like, I used to bring, like, people even on the weakest nights. Kung Tuesday man yan,
Really?
Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, I'd bring people in. So they were like, and parang, yeah. And then actually, since you mentioned, I felt for the longest time that my value was in me bringing people in, and my performance, my music, my whatever else was just secondary, or if anything, it's just kind of like a small add-on. So it
Mm-mm.
was an insecurity for the longest time. Now, what if I don't what if I can't promote as much? What will
Mm-mm.
happen?
I see.
Something like that.
So do you still feel it now or?
Kasi I threw myself in London. Wala talaga ang kilala dun, diba? So let's
Oh,
see what
okay.
happens then. Would they still hire me? Would they still want me to perform in their music venues? Or, you know what I mean?
Is that a big part of the reason why you moved there or?
Because I want to see how I would do. Like, because
Mm-mm.
that's world stage, right? And
Mm-mm.
London has some of the top musicians and artists, and it is of course in the Philippines as well. They have some of the best musicians in the world,
Of
bar none.
course. Mm-mm.
Um, it's just a different stage,
Mm-mm.
also. And I wanted to see how I would fare, I guess, and without the promoter, Sha Supangan, the promoter,
Talaga? So you are Sha, the promoter.
Yeah, because I would order pizza, right? From Pizza Hut. Ay, Ma'am Sha, nag-guested po kami sa inyo before for Republic. Or I would
Talaga?
order everywhere. It's so parang, hala.
So being a promoter is for me, I'm an ignorant guy regarding these kinds of things. 'Di ba? So pero parang uh, when you say promoter, parang so you really work then to get these people in dun sa event,
Yeah,
sa
because
venue.
I mean, they could go to other nights, they could go to other venues, they can go to
Mm-hmm.
other whatever other
So
festivals, and parang it's
so
also.
there's actual work involved.
What
Kumbaga
do you
parang
mean?
yun.
Imagine typing 3,000 names.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at uni LaSalle. I'm at LaSalle in LaSalle from 8 a.m. for example. 6 p.m. I'm in the cheerleading training from
Mm-hmm.
6 to 9 p.m. And then I have a short break from 9 to 9:30. That's when I type 3,000 4,000 names
Mm-hmm.
in LaSalle, take a shower in the saal, then go and meet these people, whoever comes. That's so, and you need to, if there's 4,000 names, it means you texted 4,000 people, almost like 2,000 people personally.
Really?
So
So
every week I would get
the
maybe more than 1,500 text messages.
oh,
Yeah.
how
I get
do you get
thousands of texts. I'm so fast.
do you use a particular program to
No,
do it?
it's mano mano. This is 2005.
Really?
Yeah. So you text 3,000 plus individuals, 4,000. Like, honestly, I think I've one-to-one messaged 30,000 people. I have a list eh. I've organized, I have this list, and yeah, a lot talaga. A
Talaga?
lot. One on one. Because that's how I promoted, like, I would remember details about the
What would
person.
be the the message in those
In my text
texts?
messages,
Yes.
because I'm just I have a good memory when it comes to people, so I would remember, like, for example, oh, you sell vegan cakes and you have these pop-up shows,
Ah,
ganyan,
okay.
and I would bring it up, how is it going, da, da, da. Oh, also I'm doing this. And
Mm.
this was me before I wasn't trained. It was just something that came very naturally to me.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, hey, I know it's your birthday next on whatever, or yeah, stuff like that. It's no, you really
Celebrate
need.
ka naman dito, parang ganun.
Yeah, yeah, you need to speak to these people when they go to your events. You need, and I told you I'm chatty. I'm really chatty. So I chat with everybody. It's super hard work. Super hard work, because you get drained. Parang 3,000 people needing something from you, whether it's a table, it's an event, it's a VIP, whatever.
Pero you have kumbaga you still attend the actual event.
But you have
Nandun ka pa.
to. You have
Okay.
to.
So basically you're like a host.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Are there several people like you?
In during my night,
Mm-hmm.
or I mean, when I was promoting before, it would be me and like someone who like is more senior, someone in their 30s who's usually a guy, and then there's me. who's like from LaSalle. Then I'm inviting the basketball players from both schools. Because I was in the pep squad also. Ganyan. So where
Okay.
the basketball players are, all the girls go and follow. Mga ganon when we were
Ganon
younger.
talaga?
It was so hard because you can't just invite them. Oh, madami silang tanong. Anong oras? Anong oras ka pupunta? Sinong nandyan? And it's not like you're chatting with
Ay, sa-
5 people. You're chatting with 50, 100 people.
Wow.
Mabilis.
Hmm.
Yeah. That was
Okay, so let's move naman to another topic.
okay. Thank God. Because iniiwan ko na
Mukhang,
siya.
mukhang nai-stress ka just reliving
Really,
the,
parang,
diba?
kapagod yan.
Oo nga eh. Actually, ako napapagod din ako just listening to, I can't even, alam mo yun, it's one of my, I get anxious with text. Well, hindi naman sobrang anxious, pero parang, oh shit,
You know, like
reply ako,
someone
diba?
is
Parang ganun.
expecting something from you, right? Yeah. I understand.
Yeah, let's let's talk about your school naman.
Okay.
In
In London?
In London. What is what ano yun? Tell us
Okay.
about it.
So I went to Point Blank Music School in 2017. It's an electronic music school.
Okay.
So Armin van Buren, Ferry Corsten, they've all have had classes or they've taught classes there and stuff like that. And it opened my eyes, really.
Like
'Cause
how?
Before that, I've never written a song ever.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, I promoted like open mics and live music and things like that, but I've never written my own song.
Okay.
And I thought it would be this. Of course, it's hard, but I thought it was this like monumental, like, oh my god, napakahirap. It's like all like, you know, yung may mga graphs pa,
Okay.
like parang question mark. And on my first day of class, I finished my song within an hour, I think, of my first day of class. I think at Point Blank on Logic.
1 hour to write. You wrote a song in 1
Yeah,
hour.
but I was like, what? How? Like lyrics, melody, the structure, the instrumentation. It's done.
Wow.
Parang, what? I guess it's just there. So I was like, baka kaya ko. Like there's
Okay.
this small voice that said, maybe this is something possible for you. But it was just, quiet. I didn't have like a huge going away party or anything. I didn't make a big fuss out of it. It was just quiet. So I went to Point Blank and now I'm at the Institute of Contemporary Music Performance. It's quite long.
It sounds very very legendary.
Ang haba eh. Sana naman. Yeah.
Or very parang established.
Yeah, they were the first school to provide contemporary guitar lessons way back. Way back.
Why,
And
why London?
songwriting.
Why London? Not in the US or
I was obsessed with Harry Potter. I am obsessed with Harry Potter.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that late.
Sige, later.
After the school.
Like super obsessed. Like I was gonna wear like my Ravenclaw robe, but I was like, you know what? No, let's not do that. Let's not wear a Harry Potter costume. And then I visited in 2007 with my mom. I begged for her kasi nga it was the release of the last book of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. It's the last book, and I wanted to be there when for the last book to be released. And I emailed Barnes and Waterstones. It's a VIP launch. I was like, "Hi, I'm a tiny Filipino from the Philippines, and I really want to come to your event." Kasi nga parang they're the first people in the world to have the book at 12 midnight. 12 midnight it's gonna be given, and the rest of the people lining up umaga pa.
Oh, okay.
And then they replied, they gave me 2 tickets, VIP tickets. So I was like, Mom, you have to come. And then
But did you was it for free or
it's a free, but then the
Wow.
flight isn't free.
Of course.
Of course, they're not gonna pay for my flight, right? So my mom, I had to defer 1 term in LaSalle. Kasi we were there for 2 weeks. It's too long
Talaga?
for me to be absent. Yeah. So that's when I fell in love in London, and
So
I
that's
said, I'm
how-
gonna live here one day.
That's how hardcore you are.
Yeah, but not just Harry Potter. Parang I felt like, I'm gonna live here one day. I felt it was kind of
Connection.
like a real, because I've been to the US. I told you with the ice skating, even
Ah, yeah,
before
yeah.
London. I went to LA, ganyan. Parang okay. I didn't
Okay.
feel maybe I didn't go around that much, but even then, like I didn't feel any.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like it was sure. Sigurado ako. My 17-year-old self was like, I'll live here one day. But my voice was like, oh, with what money, anong pera gagamitin? Sige, good luck.
But now, but now you're
I know.
there, and then
Suntok sa buwan yan.
well, well, sometimes it's probably what's it called? Law of attraction.
Yeah,
Diba?
yeah, maybe.
If you're gonna if you think about it hard enough and want it bad enough,
Yeah,
it happens.
yeah.
And then you also have a purpose, which is to in a way prove yourself, uh, and uh, and now it's may nagbubunga naman, 'di ba? 'Di ba?
Mhm.
So how's it been? So from school, what's how did it improve you as an artist?
I think because how do I improve? I mean, you really test your limits in a lot of different ways. I mean, you don't have the same comforts like, sige mag tapaking, I don't know, whatever, like whatever comforts that you're used to. Like
Mm-mm.
maybe I'll go to my mom's house or my tita's house or your dogs, for
Okay.
example. You're just by yourself
Okay.
in a far, far away place, and you can't go back home because with what money?
Mm-mm.
You can't just like, oh, 60,000 flight, whatever. Yung buti
Mm-mm.
sana if I was in that category of just being able to do
Mm-mm.
something like that. So when you're there, and it's in the beginning it's all rainbows and butterflies for maybe
Mm-mm.
the first 2 months, like your honeymoon stage,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then it sinks in. You see all of your classmates, your peers. You go out, you go into yung nga pupunta sa mga music venues, and you see all of these deliriously talented people who
Oh
look
man.
so different from you as
Mm-mm.
well, and you're like, what? These are the people that I need to not compete with, but these are your
These are gonna be my
peers.
contemporaries.
Yeah, and you're
Mm-hmm.
like, how am I going to pierce through this?
Mm-hmm.
And you're not just second guessing. I remember I was like crying in the corner. I'm like, ano to? Not that I missed Manila so
Mm-hmm.
much. I really squeezed the juice out of Manila, I think. It's
Okay.
more of like, my God, ang hirap nito. Parang, no one. Because in my head, I'm like, I don't understand why parang konti lang yung umaalis.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't understand, I'm like, oh, it's so much fun. Kasi nga, diba, 2 months of the
Umaalis
bliss.
saan?
Philippines, and try it in London or
Oh.
Europe or the US or ayan.
Okay.
Okay. And now and I guess in a way, in my own way, I understand it's hard. It's hard to just leave everything that you're used to, everything that you know. But I think it's improved me in such a way that you find your people. You find people who don't look at what you're doing. People who would say, "Oh, what you're doing is unique," more than,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, weird naman yan." The weird becomes unique. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's seen in a positive. Like you see more of your people. I guess in the Philippines, maybe it's a bit smaller. The
Mm-hmm.
market's a bit smaller, and if you're a bit different, say you're a gothic punk ballerina, where are you gonna perform?
Gothic punk
There
ballerina.
are. There are people like that in
Really?
London. Whatever you can conceive of, you
Really?
can be
Gothic
that.
punk ballerina.
Or like a punk band, but you also want to do ballet.
Ballet.
Pwede.
Pwede, di ba?
Hip hop ballerinas, meron din. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like it's so progressive. You
Mm-hmm.
can you can no one's looking at you. Oh, weird naman. Bakit ganyan yung ginagawa? Ano. There's everyone's just doing their own thing and kind of like yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So para may freedom ka. You have this freedom to try things out without the repercussions of ay weird naman yan. Walang ganon. Walang ganon na.
Ano? Bakit kaya?
Do you know what I mean?
How is London different? Or at least the audience, what's different about their thinking? Bakit ganun?
I guess. I mean, what do you think? I'm curious. Like, why do you think it's like that?
Well, I don't know. I have no point of comparison. I have never been there, so.
I mean, I guess it's also culture.
Mhm.
It's they're more. I mean, it's an international scene. You have Romanians, Polish people, Americans, Australians, Vietnamese,
Mhm.
Chinese in one city. It like when you ride a train, for example,
Mhm.
United Colors of Benetton, may Pinoy, may
I see.
Russian, may Spanish. Iba-iba yung language. It's not just, oh, kamusta na? It's all Tagalog. And one white person, maybe. It's so international that if you grew up there, your senses are attuned to differences. They're not nagugulat pag may kakaiba. They're used to,
They're so used to.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
what's
what was that?
what the hell? I don't know. Anyway, it's gone now.
Okay. There is an
Yeah.
electric
I
current.
thought it's Harlow. It's the dog.
Also, apologies for my eye bags.
What?
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Pareho tayo. It's I don't know.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
so there,
Wait,
I think,
have some have
yes.
some cookie.
So I think that's,
Can I have this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. You can.
Okay. We can't
Cheers.
both eat.
No.
We can't. Wala magsasalita.
Hindi, okay lang yan. Ganito
sige.
talaga dito
Okay,
kumakain.
cheers.
Cheers.
Mm,
Mucha. Lux cakes.
it's so good.
Really?
Doesn't have any dairy.
No. No dairy. 100% vegan. No dairy. No eggs. And hangin lang to.
Magic lang to.
De, pero may hindi naman siya gluten-free and it's sweet. Pero sobrang sarap. Check it out in Mandala Park this Sunday. Yun, punta ka. Mag food trip kayo ng mga vegan choices and check out. It's ano yan, tamang trip lang, di ba? Pwede naman yun.
Oh my God. I was like, ano yung basa? It's your dog licking me. Parang I'm like, what's happening? May basa.
Pakita natin. Harlowita. Anyway.
So cute. So I mean, just to close that question of yours, it's one of the questions that I think I'll continuously ask. Kasi Pinoy kakaiba din eh. Pero parang and I'm not gonna say that there aren't unique people here. That's not what I'm trying to say. It's more that, like what I said, if you wake up and you're like, yeah, I'm a punk ballerina. Where are you? Like, do you get what I mean? Like, saan ko siya dadalhin? But in London, you can be a obsessive bug fan. Mahilig ka sa bugs. There are places, you know what I mean? Like, anything. All the little niche you
I
can
see.
find.
Maybe I think siguro it's because
First world kasi sila.
oh yeah, and they have time to more people in there can afford ballet classes,
Right.
diba? And the more people who practice the art, parang kumbaga mawawalan yung parang mapupuno na yung usual na niche ng ballet. Hindi na ako makapasok sa sa teatro. Dito na lang ako punk ballerina na lang ako, 'di ba? Pwede. Maybe
I
it's
think it's that. But then, I mean, a lot of artists are born out of hunger, out of poverty. You know,
Yeah.
you need to be creative if you're not need. It's a necessity to survive, right? Parang there's that. So I think it's also very the culture, you know. Parang they encourage weirdness. They encourage being different. Here, it's more like if you want to be a singer, usually they think Regine Velasquez, Sarah Geronimo, and these are amazing artists. But it's one kind of
one genre.
one
Stock
genre,
lang.
diba?
Oh, I see.
Parang walang punk ballerina doon or whatever else you can, whatever rock jazz.
Calling Ramiro Mataro be the first punk ballerina.
Hi Max. Oh my God, Max, my friend, a friend of mine from
Oops.
Dorset in the
Dorset.
UK. He's tuned in.
Hey Max. What's
Hi
up?
Max.
Thanks for watching. Please share. Have everybody, all of Sha's friends in the UK
Yeah.
see this.
Oh my God, you're like what? Oh, someone's commenting about that kind of club scene. That's so.
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
Ramiro. He's the guy one of the guys that I asked who could possibly accompany you. But
Right.
hindi siya pwede, sayang.
Oh.
I would have loved to for you to meet him and him
Hello.
meet you as
Miro.
well. Yeah. Amazing songwriter,
Oh.
singer, basta amazing musician.
Amazing person.
Yeah. Even more.
Which is important.
Yeah. And you have questions pa in your
Oh, right.
let's
Yes.
browse through the questions.
Let's see. Okay.
Can I ask the questions?
Yeah, for
Sige, sige.
sure. Wait, let's see.
Para mas hindi mo ano.
Where is it?
Okay, so if you have questions, you
You can
can
ask
also
these two first,
you
and then
can
I'll check the others later.
nawala.
Oh,
Nawala.
oh,
Okay,
that.
okay. Okay, so medyo ito siguro mas precise tong tanong niya.
Okay.
How do you find the music scene in London?
Who's it by?
From Morris Waters.
Oh, he's in London as well.
Yeah, and also I would add to add, how is it different here in the local scene?
Ooh,
So
music
yeah,
scene. I
so
mean, going off of our discussion earlier about the being unique, etc., etc. Music scene. I mean, it's so diverse. There's just so much, like rock, like 50 genres of rock. You know what I mean? Like glam rock, basta whatever. Parang it's bursting at the seams, in terms of like the variety of what you can watch, of the genre, like the sound that you can like. You if you go out, for example, you don't know where you're gonna end up. For one, but unlike let's say in Manila, alam mo na, sa Giho, you
I
know
see.
where to go, right? It's not like, I don't know I don't know what's going on. In London, there's like
Parang,
300 different places, and they're all equally good in different ways.
wow.
For example, 15 jazz artists, 20 rock, and they're all, different genres, similar quality, and there's all over London. In here, it's more, na, Minokawa, or, like yung mga places na punta,
Upper
Tagobar,
House.
Upper House, yeah, like,
Yeah.
the brewery, the hostel, all my places, Topics, Poblacion, all these places that I would, apartment, or if clubbing, the Palace, alam mo saan ka pupunta. But in London, it's more,
Kahit saan ka mapadpad.
parang kasang ka
ganon.
mabadbad eh. Parang the energy, and I know this is parang woo-woo, ano energy, ano ibig sabihin mo. But like, let's say if you don't want to use the term energy, it can be your personality, you're the kind of person that you are. If you're being the most you that you can be, you attract the people that you are similar with. They see you from across the room, and you end up in places. You end up, honestly, you end up in the place where you're supposed to be. And you have no idea that place existed like 2 minutes ago. Ganon.
Well, basically, as you described it, it's an artist paradise.
Yeah.
It's a huge playground for creatives, probably not just for musicians,
Any kind
any
of
kind
art.
of artist,
Movement
right?
art, paintings, mga mga eccentric na mga movement art, basta kahit ano talaga. Poetry, anything, really. It's so diverse. You can combine all of them in one night, and and it's but of course, with that, there's also like, how do you break through, right? Like, because there's just so many. There's that. But I think what I find, since I've been going in and out of London since 2007, and it's not that long, but from what I've observed, like what I said earlier, parang the more you share who you are, what you stand for, what you believe in, what you like, what you don't like, people find you, and you find people, and you are led to all these places that you parang okay, I can thrive here.
It's like parang it's parang serendipitous.
Yeah, parang
It's a
ganun eh.
universe thing.
Yeah, because for example, if you're a DJ, what's the biggest venue that you can count eh? I mean, I don't know if do you still go out pa?
No,
No,
not that
not
much.
so much.
Not that much.
But then yun nga, para if you're a DJ, yun nga, the Palace,
Yeah.
all these, like, it's yun na yun yung there's a target. In London, it's kind of like, ooh, of course there are top 10 clubs.
Are there basically parang all clubs could possibly cater to every kind of
Genre?
audience? Ganun.
Yeah, there are parang clubs for for rockers. Parang there are clubs for goths, there are clubs for emo people, there are clubs for like yung mga old school emo punk, may ganun lang. Basta iba talaga siya. Hindi ko basta sobra
Overwhelming.
it's for example, you like there are gigs in churches in the evenings where you can
Churches.
drink beer.
Wow.
Yeah, wine. Ganun. Kahit ano nga isipin mo, meron yun dun.
I could be part of that congregation.
Yeah. Church, we're holy, pero ito wine. Jesus turned water into wine, so.
Ano? It's a beer.
Yeah, beer. Pero ito beer din meron. Let me see. I don't know if there's beer, but there's definitely wine. I can remember
Okay.
there's definitely wine. And beer. I think I can remember beer. Yeah, so yeah, you can my goodness. Just so that's the right word, overwhelming. So it was super overwhelming.
Was it artistically culture shock?
I think it's just there are nights or days where there's just so many options, and the option fatigue, the you can't possibly choose because there's like 1,000 options. You just choose none, and you just end up at home with Netflix and cake in bed to like soothe your soul. You're like, hindi ko na to kaya. But like I guess in Manila, it's honestly, and I'm not saying this because I need to say this, is because I'm being parang a patriot of my own country. But yeah, I mean, the singers, the musicians, instrumentalists, yeah, some of the best talaga
Of course,
in the
yes,
world.
yes.
And I think one of my frustrations is, I don't get it. Tas dapat mas marami pang Pinoy na lumabas. Lumabas kayo dyan. And I
Exactly.
feel so I mean, I shouldn't say that. I felt very mediocre. Very, very mediocre because I can't belt. I don't do the like the typical Pinoy, mataas yung boses. I'm quite very soft lang. And then whenever they hear I'm Pinoy, they expect greatness from me. It's like, oh no, I'm gonna sing.
Really?
Yeah, because
there's that.
yeah, you'd be surprised because all of the they would tell me like cruise ships, hotels, or cover bands are usually around the world, wherever they're Filipino.
Powerhouses talaga.
Yeah, they're Filipino. And one thing lang that I noticed, hindi sila kumakanta masyado ng originals, but I understand why. Because like, what's this or whatever. It's harder, I guess. But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what's the other question?
Oh,
The art.
who inspired me to sing?
Sige,
By
sige.
Artsy Cola. I
Okay,
remember.
okay.
When I was young, never needed anyone. Yeah, that's Celine Dion, right?
Celine Dion.
Yeah, I mean Celine Dion, Mariah, Christina, all these. I think I would sing before I could
So
talk.
the divas. The
Yeah,
divas.
I would say sobrang taas daw ng boses ko when I was younger, but then years of clubbing, partying, drinking, etc. for 13 years, sira yung boses ko. So I had to I had to like retrain my voice because yeah,
Really?
alcohol, substance abuse. I'm okay now. My mom's like, what? No, she knows. No, but a lot of late nights, alcohol and stuff. But yeah, those artists. I mean, I yung mga divas talaga growing up. Christina.
So how come you ended up with DJ?
Electronic. Kasi like I love lyrics. I love storytelling. As you can tell, I talk a lot.
Yun nga ang ano eh. You're exactly the kind of artist that I like on the show.
Because I would watch gigs, right? And like kunyari banda, ganyan. And I love the energy. And but I always want more. But I was thinking, what more pa? Sobrang bigay to. I don't know what that more, or not more, it's something different. And when I saw, I think like I think this was Head Candy or God's Kitchen maybe when I was 14 years old.
Okay.
Sorry, also illegal to go to raves at that age, but I would sneak in and I saw all the lights, all the dancing, may mga dancers, and the music is like parang acoustic but with bass, with like boom boom. Parang it's like for me, it was like, what is this? What genre is this? And it happened to be house music and trance music. I mean, not God's Kitchen, but like, parang, what? May ganito pala. Because it's hard. Wala naman Spotify before eh.
Oo nga.
It's difficult. It's not as easy to find different music. You really have to search for them. I mean, LimeWire pa ata. Ano bang era yun? LimeWire.
Tita.
Hashtag Tita Days. Oh, Tita. No, but that's true. No, it's true. I think because it resonated with me. It's like, parang, because I love I love instruments on my tracks also, but with the added punch of electronic bass. Yeah, so I love the theatrics. I love the light, dancing, the glitter. Parang, wow. I want to,
Oo nga, no?
it's
Well, it's kind of, now that you've said that, and when I see the Instagram videos that you posted, parang, yeah, I get it. I get it.
yeah. Parang, kasi I would sing parang, you know how people love to sing, they don't mind if it's like a guitarista, singer, basta makakanta sila, they love it. I even question, do I really love singing? Kasi parang, di ko masyadong, parang I enjoy it, but not to the degree that other musicians tell me na parang, wow, you know how they describe the feeling of performing? And they describe it to you, and I'm like, parang hindi ganun yung nafe-feel ko. Hala, baka hindi ko talaga gusto tong, baka parang hobby ko lang siya.
Teka,
You know what I mean?
Anong difference nung feeling na
Excuse me. I mean, I think, because parang when I perform with, I enjoy performing with any instrumentalist. It's enjoyable. But when I perform with an electronic anything, with a looper or whatever, parang you can see. It's like parang, how do you explain it? Let's think of an artist. Maybe Adele DJing. Parang okay, she can sing, pero parang hindi yun yung genre niya. Parang mali. You know, parang she's not in the. Does that make sense? I don't know if it makes sense. Or like Britney Spears just doing Adele songs. Hindi siya sumasayaw.
I
Parang
see.
okay, she's a performer, but kulang, she wants to dance, right? She wants
So
to.
there's in a way there's branding involved while performing.
No, I guess I want the I love to dance, di ba nga? Parang pag acoustic, paano ako sasayaw? Parang
I
hirap
see.
isayaw yung
Oo
acoustic,
nga,
di ba?
oo
Parang
nga.
alanganin.
No, so you want to as much as possible put in everything that you can do in the performance.
I guess, yeah, because for me, that there, like that's why I love dance music, because of the it's dance music, and I love to dance. So parang marrying those two, like nice vocals, like parang magaang na vocals with heavy music and then dancing. Parang yun yung kulang sa formula. Kasi kumakanta naman ako sa hotel, sa weddings, parang hindi ata ito yun.
Parang bitin
hindi ito
ka.
yun. Parang
So,
bitin ka.
Parang
kulang.
you wanted to let's say you're in a gig, parang you want to headbang.
Oo, yun.
Pero parang David Pomeranz.
Diba? Parang imagine mo yung rock band mo, tapos bigla mong pinag David Pomeranz, parang hindi niya mabigay yung yung scream mo, parang kailangan yung sumigaw, diba? Ganun, parang
I
not
see.
that,
I get it.
Yeah. So it's not that I didn't like performing, but that was, I couldn't put the pieces together. I was like, what's missing? Ano pa bang missing?
So you want a genre that's specialized for, or you want to what's the word? Parang curate yung mga elements of a performance, including music, including percussions, including technology, including
Dance,
voice
yes.
and dance.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, because I love visuals as well. I really love visuals, and parang ang dami kong gusto. But then it's an expression, I guess, you know. But I love, like later on we'll be doing like an acoustic performance. So that's also fun, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't always have the lights and the pizzazz. You can't always have of course, and yeah, but that's like just my main thing, I guess.
I see.
Yeah.
You wanna
Wow, she knows the venues and second.
yeah, that's
I can't see.
let's I just want to say hi. Let's say hi to Nigel Villanueva of
Hi, Nigel.
Paradigm Shift Productions. Yeah, sabi niya, let's tour her around. Well, actually, like I said earlier before we went live, I wanted to invite you nga sana with our gig.
Right.
Kasi ako nga rin hindi pwede eh. So parang ay,
Hindi.
parang ang labo ko naman. Tapos mag-iimbita ako
Mag-tour
tapos
ka, mag-isa.
punta ka dyan.
Oh, ito tour, ito.
Oo nga, labo eh. So parang nagalangan ako ng konti. So
Sisimot ko yung tea.
you want more?
We can. And it's okay. I mean, I don't know how long. Just like trying to stay awake.
Oh really? Are you
No, not because of you. It's because of me. I'm just so
you're
puyat.
tired?
No, puyat lang. Puyat. Always puyat. But yeah. But yeah, no, we can do. I mean, if I still have a couple of days left.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're going back, right?
Yeah,
To the UK.
Yes, on September 17, a day after my mom's birthday. Hi, mom.
Wow. Hi, Mom.
Hashtag full supporter.
So mga 2 weeks pa.
Yes.
Mga around 2 weeks, tama ba? More or less.
Yes. Less. A
Less
little
than 2
less
weeks.
than.
Less than 2
yeah,
weeks.
a little less than.
Oh.
Let me check if there are other
Are,
questions.
how long are you gonna be there?
Minimum of 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So buti na lang pumayag ka
Yay.
right now and alam mo yun, at least baka 2 years hindi na kita makuha ever.
No, don't be silly. Ano? Okay, let's see if there. Oh, there's that other question that the
yeah,
girl
yeah,
submitted, right? Do you want to ask? You
You
want to
know,
read it?
you can just read it.
You don't want to read it.
Ako sige, I'll
Read
read
it
it.
na lang. Okay, I think it'll be good if you
Yeah.
ask. Yeah, the second one.
Ooh, this is a long one. Okay, from
Skyla.
Silka Bueno. Ano?
Skyla.
Skyla Silka nakalagay.
Oh, sa Silka. Okay.
Silka Buenos.
Okay.
Silka Buenos. Question, any advice or how you ulit. I
Okay.
screwed up.
Again.
Question, any advice or how you will motivate someone who really wants to
No.
be
The second. Tama.
how will you motivate someone who really wants to be a good dancer?
Oh no, we answered
yeah,
that. The
was
second one. The second one.
Okay,
Again,
again.
take three.
Take 3. Okay. Or maybe ito po, how can you justify that we also need art in this world? Wow.
Wow, ganda
Ang
yan.
deep. Because mostly parents are too pushy with their children to choose college degrees with board exams or something like that. How can you say that we also need art? Like you, singer and dancer ka po. And in this world full of science and commerce, tapos sa releases pa, shout out to Silka IG. What's up, Silka? And pero no pressure po. But basically that was a question. So
Okay.
how can you justify the need for art in this world and
Do you want to answer it
advice
first? Or
well, you can answer it first.
Okay.
Yeah. Ikaw muna. Ikaw yung
Sige.
tinanong. Maybe I can.
okay. I think I've answered this question in different iterations, in different ways. Some of them a little more medyo negative, but then this is actually a positive question, like negative and may pera ba dyan? May pera ba sa music? Diba? There's that question, and there's this other side of the coin. And life is art, like what's the use of having all this money if you don't involve yourself in anything artistic? I mean, table design, there's design, the design of this microphone. I mean, if you're a banker, any of these like these jobs, I mean, you go to the movies, you go to the theater, you watch West End plays, you watch Hollywood movies, or you listen to music. These are all things that make life worth living. Imagine just going to work and counting numbers and going home, not listening to music, not having any of your Transformer figurines or this artwork that someone drew, that someone thought of, or books that were written, or imagination. No books, no music, no movies, no theater. Can you imagine a life like that? Just commerce, just
Yeah.
people suing each other or divorcing. Can you imagine? Like, that's just that. And I guess because it's so limited, like people are thinking singer. It's so singer. Ako makanta. But there are so many iterations of a singer. Like, for example, me, I've done weddings, bars, children's parties. There are people who sing for kids parties. There are singers who do backing vocals, who tour around different artists. That's their job, right? There are singers who teach other people to sing. There are also singers who teach special kids to sing. Or if I'm a dancer, I would teach special children dance. I've taught them,
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
special children, and hindi lang parang singer kumakanta Sarah Geronimo. There are thousands of different ways
To sing,
to sing, to express. It's not like saan ka kakanta ABS GMA like that. It's not like the world isn't like that anymore. There are online courses you can teach. You can teach singing online. You can even perform online by podcasting or live streaming your covers. There are YouTube artists. Ang dami na ngayon. And I think you can just show maybe your parents examples of different people who have made it in the arts na hindi lang sila Justin Bieber or Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Because there are other people who make a proper living by doing other things that aren't pop stars, that aren't Mariah Carey. Basta ganun, yun lang. Eraserheads, yun lang. No, there are other people who do different things. I mean, you can teach, madami na. And I think our parents just want the best for us and want us to be able to support ourselves, right? And I think and it's not like, for example, I'm pursuing music. I'm also going to be working actually in London this month. So I'm supporting myself in other ways.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm lucky that I have offers, so I'm picking which job I'm going to take. So it's not just it's like, kumakanta lang ako dun sa nag-aaral. You can find ways to support your art. You don't have to make your art the one that feeds you, right? You can get your money from other things, and then you make your art as well. So there are so many different ways. It's not just like, ano ka, mag-artista ka. Di ba ganon? Pag may boses, may itsura, mag-artista ka. It's like that. It's not, my God, madami kang pwedeng gawin. You can go to other countries. You can be an IT consultant and also sing. Dami. Yeah.
Okay, so for me,
What do you think? I'm gonna eat a cookie while you're talking.
Okay. For me, I don't think art needs any justification. Parang it's not. It's been a part of human history. All throughout human history, art had been an inevitable and parang basta constant yan na from caveman days. Kasi even if the literature, all kinds of art, all kinds of yung mga instruments natin that no matter how complex it is, it's called it started as a simple percussion, just sticks and stones, diba? And then innovation came in, and it's part of you can't escape it basically. It's gonna get you whether you look for it or not. And it's so siguro it's a part of being human, and to deny art is parang it's ang tindi naman ito, parang it's in a way denying humanity.
Yeah, but then how do you reason with your parents? Parang do you mag-nursing ka na lang or my LaSalle, it's my pre-law course. I was supposed to be a lawyer.
Talaga?
That did not work out very well. No, but I could be in the future. But yeah, it was a pre-law course because in my head, actually when I was sorry, just to interject very quickly, I didn't think that music or arts was something I could enroll in, even though it was something that I've done since I was 4. Parang, I need like a proper job. That's why I said, lawyer, proper job yan. Diba? Parang, I'm taking a pre-law course. Wow. Para pag music course, right?
Well, I was supposed to be an architect.
Okay.
Yeah, diba? I took up architecture. But then, well, a lot of things happened.
Right.
Some poor decisions on my part. And then I just realized that I really was intended to draw, to be a creative. Yeah, and the
you can't see it.
Ayun,
there you
yun,
go.
yun, yun.
Maybe can we talk while this baby can be seen?
Yeah, okay.
Para
Teka, my hair, it looks like
Art din yan, art.
looks like an art tawag doon. Uh, Installation. Anyway. So as for convincing your parents, I think uh, I think the parents who are against with their pag with their children uh, wants to choose art
Yeah,
or music or
right.
any other profession that's not the parang secured
Mm,
na mga, doctor,
right.
lawyer. I think parang a lot of them wouldn't understand because they're not artists. Hindi ko lang alam, although there are some instances that there are artist parents
Naayaw
who
din
do
nila.
na ayaw
Yeah.
pa rin nila, 'di ba?
Mahirap.
Parang maybe there's something that they don't have. Maybe hindi nila talaga gusto yung ginagawa or what? I don't know for what. I don't know. Maybe there's something else that they want to do and
Mm,
or there's uh parang they have
unfulfilled wishes,
yes. Oh, mga
parang
ganon.
ako nga hindi, ako nga I didn't make it, ikaw pa. May ganun pa
Yun,
May
pwede.
ganun eh.
Pwede. So maybe their failure becomes a part of of their decision to not
Right.
support you.
Or maybe parang ang sakit when I failed, I don't want you to experience the same
Yeah,
thing. Maybe
maybe
something like
something
that.
like that. Because
Yeah.
I don't
I ha-
siguro meron din na yung super successful na musicians.
mm,
Yun hindi ko na may explain.
right.
Pero kasi you can't give what you don't have,
Right.
'di ba? You can't give what you don't have. So
Mhm.
if you are an artist and your parents do not support your craft,
Yeah.
well, you're gonna have to make a decision, 'di ba? Are you gonna continue? Are you gonna kasi dalawa naman yun eh. You can also uh, it will probably depend on how you process things on kung gaano mo
Right.
ka kino-consider
Mm.
yung parents advice mo, 'di ba?
Mm.
And but ultimately your decision is gonna be yours and you're gonna have to live with that.
Mm.
And you gotta have to sit down and really think if you can live with that decision for the
Right.
rest of your life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So if you really think that this is you're gonna get broken
Mm.
by if you don't go ahead to creating art,
Yeah.
then you maybe you just need to talk to your parents sincerely. So,
Mm.
Dad,
Yeah,
hindi
yeah.
ko talaga kaya. This is who I am.
Yeah,
And
right,
you're gonna
right.
have to. I think that could be resolved.
Yeah. I think it's also, I mean, mine wasn't just a walk in the park. It wasn't like, oh yeah, please spend more money in London. Please do this. On your 30s, sige, pumunta ka dun. It wasn't just like that. It
Mm-hmm.
was, I mean, my mom is also helping me out in terms of like the initial fees because you need to pay
Mm-hmm.
your tuition in full before you can even apply to come.
Really?
So
Wow.
again, I'll repeat that. You can't apply for a visa
Mm-mm.
without paying your tuition fee in full. So if they deny your visa, like for example in Point Blank, they don't have any refunds. They're just gonna give me an online course instead. So no refunds. They're not gonna refund you the money if you don't get the
So
visa.
it's a gamble.
It's a gamble talaga, and you're in a third. I mean, the reality is, we're
Yes.
living in a third world country, spending pounds, and during the time that I was working in Singapore and here promoting, I invested in a small property in Taft, because
Mm-hmm.
Lasal, and I can't naman sell that to study.
Okay.
So yeah, so like my mom's helping me out, but I had to convince her not of my talent, not like, oh, I can sing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about that. It's more of like, what are your plans? Like, how are you going to survive or make
Yeah,
money off of
of
this? Like,
course.
what's your plan? And I think it's a it is a tougher conversation as opposed to like I'm studying to become a lawyer. It's there are no alam mo yun parang kasi may after your bar exam ito yung sali ka sa firm 'di ba para meron siyang step by step hindi ka everyone's gonna go through the same process. No one is skipping anything, right? You can't just become a lawyer. I feel ko mag-lawyer. No, you have to go through the law school. But becoming an artist, what are the rules? There are no who ano para maging painter ka ganito. Hindi eh. You can't there's no rule book to becoming an artist.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you don't know how you're gonna get where. And but I think honestly, I think I've seen some people who were not supported by the parents and they really worked even harder, like what you said. Pinagpursige talaga. And and sometimes nga parang when you're like me, my mom supporting me, sometimes I feel that pressure, especially when I'm not coming up with good shit. You know, when I'm good stuff, parang sinusuportahan na nga ako, wala pa rin akong nagagawang maganda. But yeah, so it's all different. I don't know. You just have to like I like what you said though. Like I thought about it. Am I gonna regret not going for my going to London? Because I had a stable job in Singapore. I was earning. I was living in a really nice place. I could afford the niceties of life, and giving that up to be like from starting from scratch again, almost. And I had the feeling I would regret it. You know, I don't have kids yet. I don't have a family, so it was a perfect time for me to leave. So you just have to go for it. As in, the longer you decide, parang your energy, you know, the juice. You have to squeeze the juice while you still have it.
Well, siguro the only thing to add that I would like to add to what I said is okay, so by choosing the artist way of life, parang it doesn't parang being an artist, a professional artist is not parang trip ko lang trip ko lang to. This is a very serious profession, and that is what the parents or a lot of other people, not necessarily parents, don't realize. That writing a song is mahirap. Hindi everyone can do it. Not everyone can do it. Like dancing, like in a very high level is hindi kayang gawin ng kung sino man yan. Hindi yan basta-basta. Parang it takes years and years of practice, of hard work. Yan, drawing is parang magsisimula ka mag-drawing, you're gonna suck at first. You're gonna suck for a long time. And you're gonna feel insecure. You're gonna feel inadequate, and but then you need to put in the work. That's what I'm trying to get at. It's not parang a lot of artists fall into this trap where parang okay, let's say in comics, because nasa comics ako, di ba? So if I come up with a book or maybe an album, shit, I've made it already. I'm the shit, man. Parang no, parang okay, so you have all the right to come out with your shit, but you are not entitled to an audience patronage, diba? Parang you gotta earn the every penny that they will spend on your art, and you can't just come out and assume that it's a given that they should, diba? Parang you that's so entitled, diba? Parang what? So you need to work as hard as doctors, as hard as lawyers, or at least the successful ones, diba? Just as hard as everyone else to become top tier and to become really good in what you do. And if you can prove that, if kasi your parents are gonna have they're gonna observe you. Kung talagang makulit ka eh. So okay. Parang it's okay, 'di ba? May improvement naman eh. Kumbaga okay nga eh. I remember the story, one of the best comics artist in in the country. Pwede ko naman sabihin pangalan. Okay naman yun. Basta this guy. Oh, sige, sige. Si Wilson Tortosa. Uh, I haven't seen him in a long while. Pero natatandaan ko lang tong story na to. Parang, when kasi he draws comics eh. He
Right.
draws, he always draws. So parang, when he didn't have a job yet as a professional, parang people, his mom would always say, ano ba yan? Wala ka nang ginawa kundi drawing ka ng drawing. Eh, Chinese pala sila. So may may accent. Glowing ka ng glowing. Wala kang ginawa kundi glowing. Diba? Ganun sabi ng mom niya. Tapos sabi niya, ngayon, he got a job for, doing comics for Marvel and all of the big companies,
Right.
DC and all. Tapos ngayon, when pag nakita siya nung mom naman niya, nagpe-PlayStation siya. Oh, anong ginagawa mo? Ba't di ka naglo-glowing? Diba? Kasi, so basically, it's, to me, it's a show of approval. Diba? He had earned his mother's approval.
Yeah, I mean, but then, yeah, like what you said, you really just have to show them your
Diba?
work. I mean, and I think the joy is also in the work. You know, not the
Yes.
fruit. Not always the fruit. The process of it. I think sometimes I'll just talk for myself. We get lost in, may kikitain ba to? May mapupuntahan ba to? May awards ba to? May magpa-publish ba nito? May bibili ba? Whatever. But then we get lost in the joy of making art, in the process of finishing something. And I think that's one of the things that happened to me also. And also I've been sending random songs to my mom, and she's like, wow, you know, like slowly she's like, okay, because she's like, write songs, what? You know, you're ready. I was the head of marketing and entertainment in Singapore. Tapos, gusto ko mag-songwriting. Hala, uy. Alam mo yun, parang, nandiyan ka na. Alam mo yun, I worked hard to get out of, and not get out, like, find a job in another country, which is Singapore, first world country. Oh, I'm gonna leave it to try. She thought it was a flippant, like what you said, parang a flippant decision, you know, that I just kind of like thought of. But it's been brewing for more than a decade.
Wow.
It's just something that parang it was just at the back of my head. You know what I mean? So you have to also, like what you said, prove to your parents, to especially your parents, not to everyone. You know, people who
To those who matter.
those who matter. And sometimes even if they don't support you, you have to support yourself,
Yes.
not from a yabang place. Oh, magaling ako. Not, it's just a quiet assurance that you are just as qualified as any other human being on the planet to create. You know, you're creating your life with the choices that you make, the food that you eat, if you're vegan or whatever. You are a creator by essence. Everyone's a creator. We create things every day. Our cooking, our food, how we text, how you formatted your podcast. Lahat tayo eh. Kahit everyone. The way you dress, the way you present yourself, the length of hair that you have, the makeup that you wear. You're creating something. Yeah. So just keep pushing, and maybe the people who would support you will find you.
Yeah. Let's sing.
Sing na.
Sing
Sige.
na tayo.
Dami ko nakain cookies. Tinan mo, wala na laman.
Teka, pakita natin. Mutual. Let's geeks.
Konti na lang. Sige, we can.
Set up na natin yan.
Sige.
So, we're just setting up. This is an original.
Yeah.
An original. Yes.
Ooh,
Whoops.
I'm gonna,
Sige lang, sige
okay,
lang.
okay. Whoop. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Whoops.
Yung volume, nabalik mo na kanina, no? Okay na.
From earlier, yeah, I can actually make it a little bit louder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sige. You're like that. Okay.
What's ano yung title ng song na to?
I'd still love you.
Wow.
I'd still love you. Yeah.
Dito dapat.
Hindi pa you. Kung saan pala ako nakatingin.
I still love you.
Yeah.
All right.
Wrote this in London, so let's sing. You're trying so hard just to get by. You've cried enough, hiding a smile. You're bright and flashy, just wanna be seen. Testing the waters, will it sink or float? Your aim was to bait, made us bold out of catching balls. It's not too late to walk away from the mess that you made. It's okay to make mistakes. I won't abandon you. We would make it through. I'd still love you. You collect medals, take it to the next level. Never satisfied, chasing that newfound high, till you're tired of the fireworks. One more bite to dust, another starry-eyed goodbye. It's not too late to walk away from the mess that you made. It's okay to make mistakes. I won't abandon you. We will make it through. Still open up your eyes and see that you're all you're meant to be. Don't just make believe. Open up your heart and find that all you need is just right in front of you. It's not too late to change your ways. You can always start again. It's supposed to make mistakes. I won't abandon you. We will make it through. I won't abandon you. We will make it through. I still love you. I do. I still love you. I do. I still love you.
Yay!
Oh my gosh. It's not easy to eat, to drink, to sing after eating a lot of chocolate cookies.
That was a nice song.
Thank you.
Wait, sabi ni Ramiro, we should collab. Great song.
Yeah, for sure. Let's sing our originals in London.
Oh, nga. How many songs do you have right now? That you have in that you can
sorry.
we can sing.
More than 30.
Wow!
Yeah,
Oh my
I wrote a
God!
lot. I wrote a lot. Maraming mga, all different genres. So from jazzy, this is acoustic. I have trap. I have house, deep house. I know, madami. Iba-iba,
my God.
iba-ibang genre.
That's
Except
amazing.
rock. I don't think I have rock
I,
yet. Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Of course.
Tapos ayan, no, 1 a.m. na.
Oh my God.
Wow,
Gising pa tayo.
Yeah, but we still have a lot of songs to sing.
Oh my.
Would you like to? Let's just ask first.
Okay.
Is the audio, is the mix okay, Ram?
How's the audio?
Was the okay ba yung mix nung sound, nung track and the voice? or mataas ba yung
Song.
kasi sometimes it's okay
Right.
we
Right.
hear in the monitor dito sa headphones.
But it's different there.
So
I don't
yeah. So if we can confirm kung okay
know.
with Nigel or Miro,
Let me see.
let's see.
Also, let me spread this. Let me reshare the video.
Yeah, me too.
Where is
Share
it?
nyo ulit.
Asan ba siya?
Um,
Ito ba? No, no.
no, not that. It's
I can't find it.
ako. I'll
Try.
look for it. Um, by the way, we are also broadcasting in YouTube. What's this?
See?
Okay. Bakit nandun yung please check out our pages. Bakit nga wala?
See? I told you, it's not there.
It's not there.
Or maybe-
Wait. Alam ko na kasi it's just I don't think you're in the page. You are in the search.
Oh.
Okay. Try natin. Oh, pero hindi eh.
Yeah. Can I see?
Ito. Check. Ganito talaga dito.
Bulalyasa.
Ganito talaga po dito sa TPKP, Powerful Comics Man Podcast. Teka, ba't nandito itong mga...
Which one?
Ngayon ko lang... sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good. So we're good.
Okay.
We can go ahead
Find
with
it.
the next song then.
Next song. Maybe let's do a different genre.
Okay.
Para kasi parang naantok na tayo, so let's play This was produced by William and Lefeur. They're in London. So this is medyo medyo malakas.
Malakas?
Yeah. So
Kaya
if you're ready. Sige.
Yes.
You can watch me from afar, a target for your lies. Take a zoom in on my life. You can cut it with a knife. Wherever I go, whatever I do, it's not good enough for you. Go and keep talking, enough with your fronting. I don't recognize you. Hold me back, hold me down, but I will never hit the ground. Bring me back, take me down, shoot that gun and hear that sound. Hold me back, hold me down, but I will never hit the ground. Bring me back, take me down, shoot that gun and hear that sound. Okay, this is a preview. Yeah. Preview. I don't want to play the whole song. Preview na.
Oh, wow. Do you have other tracks?
Yeah. What kind of
You
what kind of song?
can stand up and
Okay.
and just diba?
Doggy. Oh, don't eat that. That's chocolate, babe.
No.
What kind of?
Yeah.
Maybe we can play like a snippet of this song.
Let's pull back.
Do you want like a party music?
Up to you.
How about the first song I've ever written? I think
That would be
that was interesting, right? This is the 1 hour song I told you about.
1 hour song.
The
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
That one. Okay. Let's hear that.
Okay.
Teka, ayusin lang natin tong camera natin para maganda.
Hirap pala. Kailangan next time.
Teka.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
Okay.
Hey,
Let's go.
sige.
Teka.
I've been doing just fine. Going around enjoying my time. And you came along and joined the same ride. Should've known, would've known what's coming. so much along the way. Don't go so fast, that shit don't last. Stay on beat and relish the quiet in between. There is so much to do. Got no time, got no time to lose. Wondering if I'm a fool to let you in or keep you at bay. No such thing as going, no such thing as going halfway. Am I ready to bear? Open to fold along the way. Show you the way. I want you to stay. Don't hurry and miss out on so much along the way. Don't go so fast, that shit don't last. Stay on beat and relish the quiet in between. Came out of nowhere, not sure if it was fair. Before you, there was nothing, too much to bear. Coming up for air, am I ready to share my thoughts, my faults, my flows? Set the floodgates open and let you in all the way. Show you the way. I want you to stay and miss out on so much along the way. Don't go so fast, that shit don't last. Stay on beat and relish the quiet in between. Yay! That's the first song ever.
Wow, that's a lot of lyrics. So,
I know.
wow, but the 1 hour?
Yeah, it
my
just kind of like came out. Came out all in one go.
That's an inspired song then.
Yeah.
What
It
what
about
was
a
the
boy.
inspiration?
It's a boy outside our classroom, and he was waiting for me, and I didn't know I had anxiety, so I was having an anxiety attack apparently. And then I wrote that song while having the anxiety attack. I was like, came out of nowhere. Not sure if it was fair. Basically, it was like I was fine before I met you. You know, I was doing
Okay.
just fine, and then you came along.
Okay.
Boom. You know when
Boom.
life's changed. Yeah. I was just talking to your dog.
Gusto niya bang ano?
Para kumakain siya
lalabas
ng
na ba siya?
chocolate eh.
Palabasin na nga natin yan si Harlow. Papalabasin ko lang
Can I see him after?
Of course. Okay lang ba siya? Is she...
Okay, but then he ate the paper that had a bit of chocolate
Yeah,
in
mo
it.
na?
Okay,
Konti
he's gonna
lang?
survive. He's gonna survive. Okay.
Let's do one more song.
Okay, one more song.
Ang dami pa pala eh.
Or maybe I could.
Oh, yeah, now these guys, Ramiro and
Yeah.
Nigel,
They're still
they
alive.
wanna
Are they
they
still-
wanna write songs on the spot next time.
Yeah, why not, diba? I mean, I love improv also. I mean, I think it's one of the most enjoyable things in life to just kind of like get together and I think he wants to go out.
Oo nga, teka. Sige, you talk to
Okay, talk to people. Anyway, if you're listening out there, follow me. I don't know where I'm going. No, just kidding. Follow me on Instagram. It's at Crazy Little Asian. If you're on Instagram, so this is a song that I wrote about my time at the clubs. At the clubs.
what?
This song that I'm gonna be playing next is about my life, my dark times
Dark
in the
times?
club. Dark, madilim dun eh. So that was not a very good pun, but so yeah. So it's a. Is this PG or are you allowed to just sing?
Yeah, we can
Okay.
swear.
Okay,
here.
okay. Sige. Said I wouldn't be back here again. Here I am again, wearing the same clothes 2 nights in a row. this is the part where I usually dance. This part when I'm DJing. This is the part where I usually
Go!
dance.
Go! You can dance there.
Ay, 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 ay. Oh, 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 oh. And again. Oh, 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 oh. We can dance all night. Come and find me. These bright lights screaming. Go on, light me up. Oh, 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 oh. We can shut down the world around me. One more line, it can't hurt me. Oh, 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 oh. Yay, thank you.
Alright, that was
Kailangan may
amazing.
dapat nagano'n mo yung lights
Oh
on
nga eh,
nga
no?
eh.
Actually, I've been thinking
Disco
about
lights.
that.
Tugs, tugs.
I've been thinking about that. Oh, wow, that's a first year.
Yeah.
Well,
House and house music.
well, actually, you know,
Yeah.
I'm it's uh, I thought nga parang you would be able to bring your DJ gear.
Yeah, that would have been nice. Like
Oo
in
nga eh, 'di ba? Pero next time.
Next time.
Next
In
time.
2 years.
Kahit superstar ka na, punta ka pa rin dito.
2 years ago. Baka matanda na pala ako.
Hindi.
Hello.
Grabe.
DJ po ako.
Nice baseline daw, sabi ni Miro.
Oh, how come I can't see your comments?
Medyo baka na late.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, by the way, the guitar. I don't know if you can hear the guitar on the track. That was by Erwin Armovit from Sponge Cola. So
Wow.
he,
Okay.
yeah, so he contributed in the guitar on top.
Wow.
Yeah. Hi
Awesome.
Armo.
Well, actually, ang daming mga musikero na who can help you with that.
Yeah.
And yeah, just let me know. Ito, may nga nagbo-volunteer na nga.
Wala di kasi gumagalaw yung ano.
Oo nga eh, 'di ba? May nagvo-volunteer na nga yun nga si Ramiro and Nigel.
Ramiro and Nigel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope to may gig daw si Ramiro bukas. Maybe you would like.
I have a gig also tomorrow.
Oh, ganun. Where?
Yeah. Apartment. Do you know Poblacion?
Yeah.
Poblacion area, of course. Poblacion apartment. It's maybe 1 minute away from Z Hostel. Sa
Yeah.
taas.
Okay.
Apartment. If you Google it, you'll find it. I'll be DJing. I'll be opening for Sanya Smith.
Okay, Sanya Smith.
Sanya
Yeah.
Smith is doing the set after me, so I'll be there by 10. So I'll be doing some DJing and singing, and I'll be previewing some of the other songs that
Is Sanya DJing
She's
na rin
DJing.
din? Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's been DJing for
For a while.
for a long time.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. That's something na I haven't
Explored.
tried.
Yeah.
Pero and I'm also parang curious how it goes.
Right.
'Di ba? Parang I don't know. I haven't touched what do you call that?
A CDJ, a deck.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've never
Mixer.
been in front of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think one of the things I love about DJing is because you can change things on a whim. Hindi, like on
Talaga?
like for example, I think you can express the whatever song you want to play next immediately, unlike I guess in a band kailangan nag-practice muna kayo, hindi pwedeng basta na lang iba na lang yung kakantahin mo, bigla you have to inform the bassist, the drummer, the guitar,
yeah.
hindi
You
pwedeng
can
iba
improvise.
na agad yung song. yeah, which I like it fast moving.
Well, actually your set napainom ako eh.
We can dance all
Napainom
night.
ako eh.
Dapat yung ginagano, on-off ko. Ako yan, no, on-off ko. We can
Oo nga
dance
eh.
all
Yun pala yung
night.
kulang ko dito sa setup.
Ayan.
You want?
Dog.
You're good? Okay. Okay.
Okay, no, next time. That's a
Yeah.
cute bottle. It looks like winter
yeah.
vibes.
It's the Game of Thrones
Right. It looks like it, yeah.
special. It's really smooth. I'm surprised how smooth it is.
That's really
This
cool.
is actually donated by one of our of the
Ooh, so
show's
sweet.
friends. Si Carlo Mendoza.
Wow.
And, alam mo yun. It's amazing. I am parang nawawaw ako when people show that kind of support.
Right.
There were even some donations that I received, and some yeah, mga katulad niyan.
Yeah, donation for
'Di ba?
to keep going.
Yeah, and a lot of things parang yes. Kumbaga hindi ko naman sila kilala prior to uh to to having this
Right.
starting this podcast. So yun. So
Oh,
it's such an
I'm glad.
honor. Oh, and yun.
I think nga, but the more that you show yourself to the world, people find you and they want to support you. Kasi yun yung things that I feel like you think if becoming an artist is such a lonely road up ahead, which is true also,
Yes.
'di ba?
Yeah.
Yung mga nagpa-practice ka mag-isa sa bahay, parang
Mm.
like you said, you're gonna suck for a long time.
Mm.
But at the same time, it's like you'd be surprised that there are actually people who want to support you,
Yo
who
nga, di
want,
ba?
like
Sometimes the most unexpected, parang yung
yeah.
total
Total
strangers, di ba?
strangers. I mean, minsan pa nga yung mga taong parang on the periphery of your life are the ones supporting you. And then yung mga friends mo parang, oh, discount na lang. Dinidiscount
Oo
yung
nga.
mga ano. Parang, oh, libre na lang. Ano naman,
Oo
toma
nga,
na lang. Or
di
whatever,
ba?
And
Yeah.
then, I mean, I have friends who support me, but I also find that a lot of strangers, a lot of people that, yeah, very, very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uy, Abraham Cipriano Bravo is also watching. Yeah. Thank you so much. We
Hi,
still
Abraham.
have a few viewers. Thank you so much for staying with us. And I hope you're alam mo yun, this is amazing. Alam mo yun, having you here, 'di ba? You're performing and alam mo yun, it's what
30.
1:34
You're
a.m.
alive still.
live and parang it's just it's surreal. It's surreal. Would you like to play the video that I shot of you in Tago?
I can't remember. Yeah, why not? I don't. I actually, honestly don't remember how it went.
Yeah, well, let's see.
But yeah,
Let's see if we can pull that up.
yeah.
Ay, teka. Nasira yung ano na.
Let's see if anybody.
Yan. I'm just gonna
Wait.
fix the... Okay, ay, natakpan ka nito. Wait.
That's all right.
Balik natin yung...
Okay. Let's see if there are.
Let's see if I can... I know I have it
Let's see.
here.
Let me just. Ooh, I
Uh,
can share this. Wait, I share it.
Add media. Okay, I'm gonna add this one. Okay. This was parang trip kong patugtugin to kasi you were playing with Noli Aurelio.
Oh my gosh! Wow,
The
legend.
great,
Hi, the
diba?
greatest. Holy
Diba?
my goodness.
Can you tell everyone about Noli Aurelio?
My goodness. Nolly is a living legend. Like, he
Yes.
is phenomenal in so many different. I can't.
If you don't know Noli Aurelio, you
You
should.
must. Parang
You should.
you're missing out on life, on
Yeah.
art, on. He's so. Wow. Just.
Yeah.
And it's someone that you can see who persevered and pursued his art.
Yes.
And you can see he's come alive.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
someone who has parang in woo-woo terms realized what he's, parang imagine mo kung nag-account, walang nawali, parang, no offense, I mean, if you were born to be that's also great. But I'm saying, like, if you feel called to do something, I hope you pursue it, because, can you imagine, parang, sige, mag-ano na lang ako, you know what I mean? Like, we wouldn't have had Nolly or you
Yeah.
or my funny songs,
No.
But yeah, Nolly is amazing. Grabe.
Yeah. Let's try to the audio is not that parang it could be better, but it's okay.
Yeah.
But okay, let's play it anyway.
Sure.
We can talk over it and just groove with it.
Okay, I was so payat. Look at that. My goodness.
Are you?
That? My goodness.
But you're still the same.
Oh, definitely not.
Really? Really?
Yeah, someone even mentioned, like, I think you should lose weight.
Looks
Like, a
as-
friend of mine yesterday was
Really?
saying I should lose weight because I'm gaining so much weight.
Okay, let's try this.
A friend of mine, John, is listening. So, hi, John. maybe.
And also John Paul Jalzita. Powerful.
I haven't seen this ever.
Yeah. This is the night that I met you.
Right.
Yeah, I was there. But I have this
Right.
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No practice.
Oh, impromptu. That's how it rolls in Tago, di ba? That's why I love that place. I really love that place.
You can't recreate it. You know, you
Yeah.
can't. You can't. My God, Noli.
Yes.
Don't talk to me as if you think I'm dumb. Wanna know now, for I could not so. You see, I don't wanna wait and play for your love. I don't wanna wait and play for your love. I don't wanna wait and beg for your love. I don't wanna wait and beg for your love. Summer is here, and I'm still waiting there. Winter is here, and I'm still waiting I'm still waiting
There you go.
Kasi kailangan talaga masayaw eh. Hindi na mapigilan.
Still not some more.
Pareho pa rin yung buhok ko magulo.
You
Boy, is it crazy? Look, I wanna know now.
for I could not tears in my eyes, tears in my eyes, while I'm waiting for my turn. You see, I don't wanna wait
Who's that?
I don't know who that is. The magic of Tago.
Yeah.
Who knows? Nobody knows.
It wasn't me.
Feel na feel ko pala talaga.
No, that's why I was really parang wow, this
My
chick
friend.
is
If I want to rap.
yeah. Jean Paul with Nolly. It's a national treasure.
National.
That
That's
guy.
the right term.
Yeah.
The two of them.
Oh, diba? I love Bob Marley. It's
How can you not?
yeah, it's when I first heard Bob Marley, it was it opened an entirely new world of music for me.
I don't wanna wait and
That was the first. That was the night that I saw you.
Right. Yeah, with Mac. Oh my God, Mackie. You should also follow Mackie. Mackie went through so much in his life as well recently.
Really? Ah, yeah. You were talking about him
Yeah,
earlier.
like the guy you met that
Mhm.
night. He
There's
had
another video, by the way,
Oh, with Mackie. Okay.
but it's not. Hindi
Yeah.
ko pa siya na-ready.
Ah,
So.
okay, no
Okay.
worries.
Okay.
Wow,
Okay.
but thank you for playing and for
Yeah.
recording. That was a difficult time in my life.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if I should. I mean, I think there should be no stigma, but it's hard. I was depressed then, not sad.
Really?
Not like, oh, I'm slightly sad.
Really?
I was depressed, and I don't want to go out of bed. I don't want to go out talaga. But then I had to meet with a friend of mine, and I was like, you know what, magtago. Let's go to Tago. Like
love that
randomly
place.
lang,
I love that place.
randomly
Yeah.
because of John Paul, and I was
Mhm.
like, sige, punta tayo. And that, yeah, so it was good that, yeah, I was doing little things like this because it kept me going, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How long did it last? Your depression?
I think I've recently just recovered.
Really?
I think,
Wow.
yeah, just recently.
Good for you. Did
Yeah,
you
yeah.
did you go through? Did you had to go through medications or?
I think I did because for the longest time, I think I was just dealing with it on my own kasi parang in your head, no, kaya mo yan, positive thinking,
Yeah.
you know, basta wag mo na masyado isipin, masaya naman yung buhay, appreciate all these things. It wasn't like I was singing, I was dancing, I was doing things, but I didn't feel well. So parang, and there's this thing where you think parang, oh, but if you go to the doctor, isn't that like a defeat? Na parang you couldn't handle it. You
Yeah,
couldn't
that's
handle
a-
it on your own.
That's
You
a
couldn't
common.
hack it.
That's a common parang kasi I've had several guests here
Right.
who were still
Going.
depressed and
Yeah.
basta experienced depression and parang yun yung usual trap eh. Parang,
Right.
I can soldier on.
Yeah,
Parang
kaya mo
ganun.
yan. Tuloy lang. Yeah, and it was like that for me because I mean, yun nga, parang I thought, you know, like, I read a lot. I've read a lot of self-help books. I do this. I do yoga. Parang you think you can help yourself. I was eating a lot of vegetables. Basta, you know, like all the right things. But sometimes I think there's also humility in asking for help. There's also like, you know
Yes.
what? It's okay to ask. You have to be okay with needing help. And that was
Yes.
really, I think that was parang you don't have to do it on your own, you know, and that was hard to come into terms with, and I finally did, and I think honestly I think it saved my life, you know. I really did. I think
Talaga?
it's difficult to talk about because it's like parang people don't like talking about this, diba? But I mean, it's not about wanting to talk about it or not. I think we have to.
Yes,
I think
yes.
we really have
The-
to. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually been planning for a while now to have an actual psychologist on the
Right,
show.
right.
So because it's hard because me personally I've never been depressed.
Right.
I've always been the jolly guy. Parang to the point na annoying na ako na masyado ako masaya. Parang ganun. And so it's hard for me to relate. But
Right,
then
right.
I'm also the kind of person who would be parang aware that these kinds of things happen
Right.
and this is real and it's happening to a lot of people
Yeah.
and I don't want to assume na this is the right thing to say, diba? That's why I want to have
A therapist or
an
psychologist.
authority figure,
Right,
diba?
right. Yeah,
Na,
yeah.
who really knows this thing inside out. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It was, yeah. I mean, I had anxiety also. I mean, it goes hand in hand. Sometimes when you're anxious, you get depressed. When you're depressed, you get anxious.
Yeah.
It's like a ano eh, 2x2 siya eh.
Yeah,
And
it's like an epidemic nowadays. No?
yeah, I think it's because of social media, comparison, seeing where you are in your life now and seeing the highlight reel of other people. You know, parang highlights nila yan eh. So I think that's why also I've started trying to upload the not so perfect bits of my life. Like I was in Amsterdam. I met Armin van Buuren, which is he's like my Michael Jackson, like your Bob
Really?
Marley, for example. Do you know what I
Really?
mean?
Yeah,
Siya yung,
yeah, yeah.
siya yung Celine Dion ko,
yeah.
parang siya yun. And I was there in Amsterdam, and I was super depressed. As in, parang nothing, parang almost nothing was joyous. Parang tinatamad pa ako to go. It's like you saying, tinatamad ako kitain si Bob Marley. Parang gano'n. And I
Wow.
was like, what? Ano na to? You know what I mean? Parang ayoko kilala. Parang nantok ako. Ganon. That's how I felt. Like parang, do I really have, oh my God, okay.
Oh,
It was, I
okay.
knew that something's not right. It's like saying, parang I'd rather not meet, Michael Jackson na lang. Parang, it was like that.
Mm.
And it wasn't just meeting him like in an event. It was like in his office, in his, like an actual meeting. But I was like I could touch him possibly. But parang, and I was posting videos of me like with a drink in hand, like we were in the VIP area. He was there DJing, and I was behind him while he was DJing. It's like you Bob Marley playing, and you're like right behind. You know, parang what? It's no, honestly, he's my Bob
Yeah.
Marley, right?
Yeah.
And I was, of course, I was dancing, singing, but then before that I was crying, and parang it's so. And I was like, should I post the other bits? And I did, and privately.
What were the other bits?
Because my it didn't help that my dog just died also.
Oh.
And I uploaded, I said, don't just believe everything you see on social media. I'm not saying that I didn't have fun in Amsterdam, I did, but it was like, it was in between all of that, I was like ugly crying, in the park, and then but as in talagang despair. I felt despair because I couldn't be super excited. Parang yung excitement ko to meet my version of your favorite artist was like here. It's like, oh, I made you hot chocolate. Parang I couldn't feel joy. Parang it's hollow. Parang yung joy ko parang 5-10% out of usually maybe 100% if you met one of your
Diba?
your
Nga.
favorites.
It was very
It
weird.
was very weird. I was like, what is going on? And nothing really. Good food, workout, sleeping, friends. Parang nothing was helping. Not even, meeting one of your.
Well, that's parang
Parang,
that's a very odd feeling na parang what the hell's
What
wrong
else
with
more,
me?
diba? Parang,
What the hell's wrong with me?
ano
Diba?
nangyayari?
Ba, oo nga,
I'm
no?
not saying I wasn't. It's hard to explain. Parang so you were pretending. I wasn't pretending when I was there. Na parang but of course, but it wasn't. Like it felt hollow. But I couldn't get happy. I wasn't happy.
You were during that time you were recognizing
Yeah.
that is happening. Parang,
Yeah.
parang,
Yeah.
And then you're in your head, parang you're like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah,
Parang
yeah.
ganun.
What the hell's going on? I was getting like, maybe I've lost some opportunities also in London because they were like when they heard my song, like, wow, let's collaborate, da da da, and I couldn't follow through. Parang I couldn't show up to recording. I mean, I left a stable job. I used my my life savings. Tapos ayokong mag-show up. Ha? Ano ka ba? But I could, parang there are times parang going to the toilet was like, it's like going to another, parang ang layo niya. Even though it's just right outside, parang, do I really have to? If I'm not gonna pee on myself, I wouldn't go. It's like that. It was like, what?
Oh my God.
And people were like, it's like a West End opportunity or an opportunity to like be released in one of these big labels. I was just like, okay, ganon, okay. And it was so hard to keep up because my mom was like, oh, how are you? And I could, parang, how do I tell people that I'm like not I don't really care.
How can you make people understand that
yeah,
kind
na
of
parang what? And myself, I couldn't understand it either.
Yeah.
And I was blaming myself. So you're already feeling honestly shit, a bit shit, not a bit, like really shitty, and you're making yourself feel guilty on top of feeling like shit. You're like, you feel like shit. You're a horrible person. Aren't you grateful?
Oo nga, no?
Di ka ba nagpapasalamat na binigyan ka ng pagkakataon? Aren't you, But
Yeah.
you just can't. You just can't.
That's why it's hard for me to even talk about it.
Right.
Kasi parang it's something as somebody who has never experienced
Yeah.
such feelings. It's parang alam mo yun,
What?
Di mo parang I'll just add up to the stigma that
Right.
parang this is just parang parang nag-iinarte lang yan.
Oo, parang in my head, Diyos ko, yung mga mahihirap nga doon, walang time para maging depressed, no?
Oo
Siya.
nga, di ba?
Ganun ako mag-isip, parang mga kamag-anak mo doon, nagmamasahe ng jeepney, saka ng tricycle, depressed ka dyan, bumangon ka, you know?
Mhm.
But that doesn't help. That if anything, it keeps you down. That keeps you down, I think. Yeah, but it's a signal. Think of it as a signal na lang na something's not working,
Mhm.
and there needs to be a change. And sometimes there's no reason. Sometimes it's just all chemicals also.
Did you change your diet after, or it happened even though you were having a better diet?
I mean, I think it happened even though I was eating better. Because before
Really?
but I'm not that. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think it was just.
It's a mystery, no? Parang
Yeah, I think
what
it
the
was just
fuck's-
a long time coming eh. Parang, diba, I was in the clubbing scene, nightlife scene for 13 years. 13 years for a young girl. Like a young girl, that was my formative years. Seeing, it wasn't a hobby. That was my life. And for someone, I mean, some people can handle it. I think for me, I was, parang, it was a bit too much for me, I think. And I had to just keep going, I had to keep working, I had to go to Singapore. Parang wala akong time to process, to like, okay, this happened to me, and I didn't have time to be sad. I didn't have time to grieve over the stuff that happened to me. So parang it just all kind of collapsed.
Oh.
When after following my dreams.
Oh.
So you really have to check. If we have physical health, we also have mental health, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It is. It's part of that.
Yeah.
It's very cruel, no? That this the if you think about those who took their own lives
Yeah.
because of it, like people like Chris Cornell, like what's his name? Bennington.
Right, Chris. Is it Chris?
Oh my God! What the
no,
hell?
no.
No.
It's not Chris.
It's
Linkin Park.
yeah, Linkin Park. Si rin eh, di ba?
See.
Um,
No, is it not?
Charlie? No, that's not
No.
Charlie.
Oh no, he's like, do I need to go back there? My
No,
goodness.
no. It's Chester.
Chester.
Bennington.
Not Charlie. Not. Oh my god.
Forgive us.
Oh my god, he's like, what are
Rock
you?
gods, forgive us.
Yeah, no, it's just so. It's to be fair, it's like almost 2 in the morning. But yeah,
Yeah.
like, and he seemed so happy, and
Yeah.
they have everything:
Yeah.
family, marriage, career.
And it's also there's a photo of him. I saw I saw it on a podcast, and
Right.
there's a photo of him in one of his concerts,
Right.
and it's an epic photo of
Mm.
him singing, and then you see the audience in the background with alam mo yun, with their phones on.
Right.
So it's like a universe of
Right.
stars.
Right.
So and it's a stadium full of adoring fans.
Right.
And you can just imagine what kind of love this person received.
But he can't
Diba?
accept
And then,
sometimes.
Diba? And kumbaga, and then ang sabi ni Joe Rogan on that, and it still wasn't enough.
I think it's more than it not being enough. It's more sometimes I feel like, kasi for me parang my mom was supporting me, in every sense, and I was living so comfortably. I wasn't hungry. I was doing music. I was pursuing the kind of music I like in my favorite city. I had a boyfriend then. I had all the parang check.
Oo.
Kumbaga may checklist ako, parang nakapagtrabaho na ako sa Singapore. I had, you know what I mean? Like, head off whatever. Head
Oo.
off. Parang hindi,
You've proven
parang,
yourself, diba?
parang hindi na ako yung parang, if you look at it on paper, bakit ako malulungkot? You know what I mean?
Parang wala kang
In a way.
karapatan.
Parang, okay, my dad died, for example.
Okay.
But then it's more like, my depression wasn't coming from that eh. It wasn't just coming from that. It didn't help, but it was more, I think going back, parang it's not that parang if Chester had 9 billion more, I mean that's impossible, but 9 million more fans, he would be happier. It's not that, like, you couldn't accept grace or love. Parang you can't feel it. That's why it's so mind-boggling. Do you know what I mean? Like, ano pa ba? Which is weird. And like, yeah, parang it's not that he kulang. He just can't feel it.
Yeah.
In the incapacity to feel joy. Can you imagine? Like
Oo nga, no?
for the best things that you love, you don't feel it. But it's hollow. It's like desensitized. Parang it's not, it's, if anything, you're suffering.
Yeah, I think that's the word. Desensitized ka with you should be feeling bliss. You should be feeling parang very grateful. Well,
Right.
it's not that you're not grateful.
Yeah.
You're aware that you should be grateful, and you are.
Yeah.
But it's just what you said. Like what you said, it's hollow.
Yeah.
You can't feel it fully.
Mm.
That's why it's hard to
Yeah, even for me, because I mean, my situation is also, it's just mine. You know, like I'm not speaking on behalf of everyone who's ever been. You get what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah.
not speaking for everyone who's ever felt similarly. It's just my experience. So yeah, it's hard to talk about it, diba?
Yeah.
But you have to, at least you have to start a conversation, which what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I appreciate you being honest and being open to,
Yeah.
to it.
But sometimes nakakahiya. Like I like what you said. Parang naghihinarte lang ako. I have the same thoughts as I have the same verbiage. I have the same loop. Like, o kung wala kang makain today, magde-depress ka o ano. You know, I have those, di ba parang sometimes we talk to ourselves.
Yeah.
May ganun din ako eh. Parang kung wala ka nang makain, magde-depress ka o ano. Like that. But I mean, I've seen some therapists and they say, doesn't help. But yeah, we also can't use it as an excuse. Ang daming mga factors, you know. But if you're alive, if you're listening, if you're breathing,
Yeah.
you got this, you know. Keep going.
Yeah.
Going.
It's it's hard to give advice and alam mo yun, conclude
Yeah,
this
yeah.
kind of, pero it's parang it's just a reality, and hopefully we could just hope na one day we can find a solution that alam mo yun, that everybody can agree with, and parang I don't know but
Yeah.
it's what we can say for now is that it's real, and it affects a lot of people, including our loved ones.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't even know that they are depressed, that they are suffering, and sometimes even the person doesn't even
Right.
figure out, diba?
Yeah, akala nila ganun lang talaga. Baka,
diba?
yeah.
And a lot of people who are depressed, parang they are very talented, and parang yun nga, like what you said, it's parang parang
It's not obvious.
hindi obvious, and parang this guy seems to not have any reason to be depressed.
Yeah.
And alam mo yun,
Yeah.
idol ko pa nga to eh, di ba?
Oo. Chester.
Di ba? Parang idol ko nga to eh, di ba? So tapos but then magugulat ka na lang.
It's like I mean, one of the things that that clicked for me was hindi porket mayaman siya, walang diabetic na mahirap. Lahat it could affect everybody. You know, whether you're poor, you're rich, you're young, you're
Yeah.
old. You know, like a sickness.
Yeah.
It doesn't discriminate. So it's an actual thing. And even for me, that I was going through it, I thought parang, kaya mo yan, you'll get over it then. Until I wasn't really getting well. Yeah. So just talk to someone there.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Just talk to someone.
And
Yeah.
also, if somebody approaches you about that problem, then kumbaga, well, at least think ko people should be, even especially those who doesn't have it,
Yeah.
parang take an initiative to learn na parang okay,
Ito
ganun pala. Diba?
Right. Yeah. Ooh, that's a difficult. It's another subject altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for sharing that. It's a very personal thing, and
Yeah.
I really appreciate you sharing that to us.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Ano?
Nakailang shot ka na niyan? Ilang shot na? How many shots have you had?
I think I had 3 or 4?
Okay.
Konti pa, kaya pa yan.
Nobody's counting.
Ah.
Okay,
You
anyone
wanna
is-
sing again?
Okay, let's see if anybody said hello or
Oo nga, oo nga. Oo
Um,
nga, oo nga, oo nga.
let's see.
Eto.
Migs, Tim, earlier there was Max and Skyla and John from TMB. He's listening. Yeah. So, hello. Sing a song.
Sige, sige. Let's sing again.
What kind of genre would you like? I'm thinking of like
What are the genres that you have right now?
kasi
Para makapili ako.
sige.
Like my hair looks looks like a nest as usual.
What are you concocting up there? Because there's this song that I want to sing, but it's wala tayong keyboard then. I don't really have
Oh, okay.
the instrumental. So I can sing maybe the verse and the chorus of that song.
You
If you
can
like.
Sure, you can even
A
do a cappella.
cappella, yeah.
Diba? We have this.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can try this one. It's a more it's like you're in a cave.
Yeah.
Try mo.
See. Hello. Ooh, yan, bagay yan. So this is a song that I wrote when I was heartbroken in London. I was crying. As in yung hagulgol Hindi yung parang, dab, dab, dab. No, like,
Talaga?
As in,
Yung wapoys talaga.
wapoys. And then I went into a room kasi I was at, patay ko muna.
Okay.
I was at at my uni, ICMP, and I was like, I need to go somewhere because this is I couldn't, yung iyak na hindi mo
Contain,
makontain. So I sat down and when I kind of came to, but I was still crying. I was in front of a keyboard, so by accident naman, and I just started like doing this, and I was like whining while playing.
That would have been a great Instagram story.
So funny. Pero during those moments, alam mo yung parang wala ka sa sarili mo. Parang, this is this song. And also, it's in one go. The lyrics and the melody and the keyboard. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway. I love you. You told me just 2 days before I found out about her. Who is she? Does she make you happy? Am I too late? You don't see me, you don't hear me. I won't ask you why, but I still feel your heartbeat here with me. You're just scared to try again. That's like a verse and a chorus. Thank you. We can, I'll play you the video if we have it.
Really?
Yeah, I have the video of it also.
Is it online?
It's online.
We can
It's on Instagram. It's on Instagram.
Really? Okay. Teka.
Sige.
Okay. So, we can check it out on Instagram.
Oh, your dog's like, hey, I want to join in.
Teka.
I was
We
gonna
can-
stop before coming
We're done with this. It's removed.
You can send that to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Bounce it? Or?
what you call this? Upload it.
Okay, sige.
Sige.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Are you-
Where can we find it? In your
scroll
Insta-
up, I think. Go up.
Scroll up.
It's me in front of a piano. Up pa konti.
This one? No.
No. Not any of those. Up pa ata. What? I think. Oh, down. Sorry.
Down.
Down.
Oh.
Can they see this right now?
Yeah.
Go down. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Sige, balisan natin. What? Where is it? Ooh, that's weird. I don't know why you can't. It's definitely up.
Is it on YouTube? We
It's-
can go on YouTube.
Ang hirap hanapin. Teka. What's your favorite genre? I've never really.
I'm an alternative 90s alternative guy, and also classic rock, and blues.
Oh, it's here beside these two pictures. So beside this split
Okay,
video,
okay, we'll
the
find
dancing split video.
it.
You'll see it.
Split.
Oh, dami
Let's
kong
see,
split na
let's see.
videos eh.
Talaga?
Ayun, there. That one. The one with the bangs. Up
This one?
Up.
Ano?
to the
This
right.
one?
Yes, that one.
Ah, okay, okay,
Let's me
okay.
play it. It's quick lang.
Mhm. Let's play it. Play. Yun.
It's me
Short
sa
hair.
school. Yeah. Haba na now.
Tayo. Ayun.
I love you. You told me just 2 days before I found out about her. Who is she? Did she make you happy? Am I too late?
That was me.
That's the same
The
song,
snippet.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a Jamcast first.
Yeah.
The first a cappella performance on
No,
Jamcast.
first deep house, first trap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boogs, doogs, doogs.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really enjoying this episode.
Thank
Do you have
so
any
much for
Christmas
having me.
songs?
We have a
April.
video.
Huh?
We have a video of a funny Christmas song.
Really?
Last Christmas. Okay, it's okay. Let me just type it. Bitly.
Where in
It's
your
so-
Instagram?
No, you can type it on. You can go to YouTube, and you can type.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's check out
It's
YouTube.
so. This is with my friends. Actually, you can type bit.ly. I think this is faster.
No, but
Okay.
we're gonna get copy strike.
Okay. You can type AV
AV
and V letter V space
space
Last Christmas.
Last Christmas.
This is for everybody who has been heartbroken during Christmas. The second
Which
video.
one? The second video.
Yeah, that's with my friends Sarah and Anna. So Sarah is an amazing songwriter singer. She's based in London, and also Anna McCrae. So if you guys want to follow them, check them out
Yeah.
at Sarah De Warren and at Anna McCrae.
We can't play this. We're gonna get copy strike.
Oh, okay. But it's a cover.
Yeah, but that YouTube is weird.
Oh, so
Yeah,
if you
so
play it,
if I play it, they're gonna copy strike
okay.
us.
So if you guys want to
Oh,
watch
that's
it,
you.
yeah, that's me,
This looks like Hermione.
Hermione.
Oh, hey, let's now go to
Okay.
Harry Potter.
Okay. Speaking of Hermione,
Yeah. So this is after all the Powerful Comics Man podcast. So we geek out
Yeah.
in this show a lot. So yeah,
Okay.
let's talk about
Harry Potter.
Potterverse.
Oh my goodness.
Potterverse based on
It's a Potterverse. It's the fandom basically. I mean, I've seen 2 books, Harry Potter.
yeah.
That one and the one there, The Wizarding World of Harry Potter. My eyes are attuned to Harry Potter. They zoom in.
I think we have a pop-up book.
Really?
Yeah.
So cute.
Sige, you-
Sige, sige.
yeah,
Harry Potter. I mean, it's crazy because I grew up with Harry Potter, literally with Harry Potter, and we would have midnight releases. You're in costume. It was like just a revolution. You know, it's the first time I think that you guys have release parties for books, diba? Alam mo yun, talagang nakapila yung mga tao. They're really waiting for the release of the 3rd, 4th, 5th book. It was like a
It's like a new iPhone
yeah,
launch.
yeah, exactly. And I don't know. It's something that stuck with me. Actually, I was on a podcast before
Wow.
in
oo nga, you were
2005. That was ages ago. 2005, 6, 7. For Potter, it was called Spinner's Cast, and I was their voiceover artist. It's funny, isn't it? Voiceover artist, and I helped do their advertisements, or whatever else that they needed at
Here,
the time.
check out the pop-up, the Harry Potter pop-up book.
Curiosities by Paper Engineering by James Diaz.
Yeah, check it
Wow.
out. Check it out. one of the things that that we have here.
Amazing. Wait. Let's show them. Let's show the people. Hey. Oh, wait.
Dito,
They're there.
here,
Yeah.
here.
So there's Harry Potter
Uh,
and Minerva McGonagall.
uh,
Wow, that's Vernon. Can you imagine being immortalized in these?
oh, nga,
Can you
no?
imagine being these people and being on these pop-up books, mugs, towels? I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah. Actually, that's my wife's
Actually,
book.
this
I'm just
Oh my
displaying
gosh.
it here.
This is the this is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Those
Yeah.
people,
Mhm,
and then
mhm.
the Whomping Willow. I
Show
mean,
it in the camera.
okay, wait. Look at the
Okay.
Whomping Willow.
Oh, yeah.
The one that smacked
Mhm.
them in when they were in the car, and then
Did you meet when you went to the launch? Did you meet J.K. Rowling?
she was in another launch. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to meet her. I shall meet her.
Hunt her down.
Believe me when I say this.
Yes.
When I want, it's gonna happen. Look, it's the Cornish pixies. It's the one that caught Neville Longbottom and put him on top of the chandelier.
Yeah.
In the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. I think you can see it properly. It's a funny story. I didn't meet J.K. Rowling, but if you guys know me, I'm always late. Not always, but then I end up being late.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I want to look at it properly when I'm not distracted.
Okay.
If it gets lost, not my fault. I'm just kidding. Joke lang. I was late for the play of Daniel Radcliffe, who plays Harry Potter in the movies, and I was running, and then a bouncer stopped me in
Okay.
London. He was like, "Where are you going?" I said, "Oh, I'm just trying to go to this theater," and he was like, "This is backstage. You have to go in front. Are you trying to sneak backstage?" He thought I was trying to sneak into the theater, and I was like,
Uh.
"No. This is my ticket. I'm not sneaking in." And then he was like, "Where are you from?" And I said, "I'm from the Philippines." It's like, "What? We're going to the Philippines in 2 months." And I said, "What are you guys gonna do in the Philippines? We're gonna go to Manila. We wanna check out the club scene." And I'm like, clubs. They wanna check out clubs.
Oh my God.
Well,
It's like
it's like what?
it's like now you're in my
Now
world.
in my world. So I pulled out my card, and that time it was like my club promoter events, the music stuff.
You come
and
prepared, huh?
Yeah, no, I always have them. And then I was like, Google my name, and I said I could help you guys, have fun. And I said, no way. And then he literally Googled my name in front of me, which is so weird. And then he saw all the clubbing stuff, all the events that I hosted, and he was like, "No way, okay, let's exchange email addresses, etc." And I'm like, "Yeah, cool." I said, "Do you want to meet Daniel Radcliffe after the?" Do you want to meet Daniel Radcliffe after the show? And I was like, fuck off. I said, I didn't say that, but in my head, I'm like, yeah, right. Kasi may pila na sa labas of people waiting for Daniel Radcliffe. Because I think it's one of his last performances, West End play. So this is like a live play. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, of course. And he's like, you come here after the show. And in my head, I'm like, come on. Right? So I watched the show. After the show, dude, there are like 100 people outside. And I'm so tiny. And they're like all waiting outside, like, Daniel, whatever. And I'm like, how am I gonna get through? Sobrang daming tao. And I couldn't, I didn't know how to like go through. But then I went to the side, and the bouncer saw me. He's like, hey, excuse me, let her through. Let this tiny
crazy
girl,
little
crazy
Asian.
little Asian come through. And the people were like, whoa, we've been waiting here since this morning. There's like, fuck off. And then they're angry. They're actually angry. They were like, what? Kanina pa kami naghihintay, umaga pa dito, you know? And then, she's with me. He screamed that. So they made way. And and he came out, and I met him. The bouncer came, and when Daniel Radcliffe came out, he made sure that I met him, and I had a picture. I actually have a picture with him, and a signature. Also, I don't have a picture on my phone because I lost my phone
Oh my God.
and my money in Ibiza the day before. I was also hungover. So, but
Good
then
for
I had a disposable camera.
Oh.
And guess what? It didn't work. The flash didn't work 2 times. Walang flash.
Talaga?
And then people were like, what the, like, for fuck's sake, hurry up. Kasi nga walang flash. And then I said, oh my God, what if he gives up? What if Daniel like, okay, I need to move on. He's like, no, we're going to make this work. Don't worry, it's going to work. And the third one, it worked. I was like, oh my God. So I
where's
have
the
proof.
photo?
It's on Instagram also. Yeah, later we'll show them. I'll look for it here and I'll just show you the screen. I met him. Yeah.
Okay.
So things. I'm gonna meet J.K. Rowling.
Yes. J.K. Rowling, watch out. Sha is hunting you down.
Crazy little Asian coming through. Yeah. So sorry, that was a long story, but it was funny, naman.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
but
very random.
that's again law of attraction.
That's what I'm trying to say about
Diba?
London. That's what I'm trying to say. You just meet people
Yeah.
like that, you know? If you're just, I don't know, I can't explain it talaga. It's like magical. If you're brave enough or stupid enough, silly enough to like, this is me. I'm weird.
How
They'll
about
find
the
you.
Queen?
The Queen. Oh my goodness. That's another one, isn't it? I don't know. Let's see.
Who would you rather meet first, the Queen or J.K. Rowling?
JK is queen. JK, you're the queen. It's
Queen
proof,
of
like,
England.
the queen of the world. No, I'm like so obsessed, honestly. It kept me going through like bullying and all of these like childhood stuff.
It was that important to you.
It was super important. Like I would be in the library by myself reading books,
Mm-hmm.
but instead of like hanging out with students, because I was really severely bullied in
How?
grade school.
What was the worst?
Worst?
If you're willing to
No,
share
I'm-
lang.
Yeah, it's okay. I was. Do you know sugod? Like the term sugod. I don't know the English translation for.
Sugod.
like,
Parang
It's not attacked. It's like
it's,
a specific
parang they
mobbed. They mobbed me.
or yeah. Let's go for mob for now.
Okay, they mobbed.
Mm-hmm.
Literally half of 7th grade mobbed me sa basketball court. I was just one tiny little Asian, and they were saying things like, "Who the fuck do you think you are? Magpakamatay ka na lang. Kita mo yung rope dito. Tali mo yung leg. Magpakamatay ka na lang." They would say, and I got someone punched me here. Like not punch, but like
Pod.
Pod,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
that's
straight-
even harder.
yeah, instead of
Yeah.
this, like that here. And I didn't know these people. I didn't know the names of these girls even. Maybe I knew a few of them, but I didn't really know them. It was because of this controversy online. And alam pa yung candymag.com, yung mga online forums, ganyan. And I think,
No.
but anyway, it was like way back.
Yeah.
And it was like a school forum for like Ateneo, LaSalle, all these schools.
Okay.
Mga, I think they blamed me for what was happening. But I know something about the forum, but honestly, that wasn't me. The one who named them, because I don't know their names. I was such a geek. I would read like Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter. I was like this weird kid who was good in with computers. I think that's why. I was physically assaulted. I mean, it's not funny, pero parang, oh my God. And none of my friends were able to help me because they were afraid of these 7th graders. Even boys would bully me. I remember coming to school and saying like, "Oh, you're an ice skater ka, diba?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I thought it was like something to be proud of. And it's like, "Oh, no wonder ganyan yung mukha mo, nakakaskas siguro sa yelo." And then all the
Talaga?
boys and the girls would laugh.
What the... Teka, anong itsura itong mga to?
These were heartthrobs. These were like the cool girls. I wasn't cool, and I told you, diba? I wasn't the cool girl in OB. It was weird because I was in the cheerleading team. I was a cheerleader, and then I was an ice skater. I was in the choir. I was in the debate team, but I was not popular. I was like, a lot of
see.
people didn't like me because they couldn't figure me out. Ano ka ba? Geek ka ba?
Are you
Athlete
cool
ka
or
ba?
what?
O ano ka ba? Nerd
cool
ka
or
ba?
not?
Ano ka ba? You know? And I was doing so many things. I would come to school with 12 gold medals up in my like ganyan. Not because I wanted to. They were like, "Oh, bring your medals. We need to present you to school." I was nice. I mean, we all go through different stages in our lives, but I think maybe I was just weird for them, you know. But I was just like,
Or
what is
maybe
she?
you
I don't
just
get it.
you just didn't
Fit in.
make the initiative to be on their
Good
clique.
side. Maybe there's that. But yeah, even like for example, if we have like mga dances, you know, you need to learn how to do tango. I don't know for PE, right?
Is this an all-girls school?
No co-ed. I told you,
co-ed?
diba?
I know.
Those boys, the heartthrob boys also would bully me. Even teachers.
What?
Even the teachers. I mean, it's all good now. Pero even teachers would bully me. Like they would say, "Ikaw wala kang patutunguhan." They would say that in front of the class.
Talaga?
Yeah, and I'm like,
Well,
why me? Ang dami naman ditong mga basta ano. Yeah, I was very
It's weird that teacher was telling that to an achiever, diba?
I think because they couldn't understand. Like I could speak English like straight up, but my grades were horrible. I think because I was disenfranchised nga with my classmates, with the students, with what was going on. Parang,
couldn't
what's
get-
the use
they
of
don't get you.
studying? They don't understand.
Mm-mm.
Parang, yeah, I remember that teacher. She made me stand up and say, like, remember this, you're not going anywhere. And I remember getting in
the
LaSalle,
hell?
UST,
Oh my
UANP.
God.
Like, I remember, sinong pumasa ng LaSalle? Tapos tumayo ako. Tapos sabi niya, Miss Supangan, do you need to use the restroom? No, I passed LaSalle. And they all looked at me like, no way. Yeah, and I could hear it when I went outside to go to the toilet. Si Supangan, pumasa ng LaSalle. Puta. They were like really cursing. Like, what the fuck? No way.
Talaga?
I couldn't believe it. And in my head, I'm like,
What?
fuck that. Well, guess what?
You're looking at the bookie, bitches.
Yeah, parang even though I was really parang beaten down, a part of me was like, parang, no, you can't. I mean, I competed internationally. Parang may fighter pa rin in me, you know. Pero parang I was just like, you know what? I just can't wait to get out of the
High
school.
school.
High school. It was just,
Well,
yeah.
the discipline that you get in sports, being an athlete
Yeah.
in that high level competition, that's you can't teach that in school.
You can't.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. It's something
yeah.
that you would earn. It's something that you would work really hard for,
Mm.
and it's gonna be instilled in you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Diba? And that's why I'm sure it is a big part of your success. Diba?
Successful. No, but I think so because I mean, not necessarily success. I don't know if I'm successful in that regard, but more like to persevere, to
Yeah.
keep going. Parang yung parang you think this is your limit, and then you're like, you
Yes.
know, you push yourself.
Exactly.
One more step,
Exactly.
parang kaya ko pa pala.
Mhm.
There's that's where it comes from because you think you're done, but you're not.
Parang after climbing a wall
Hmm.
and getting over that, and then you see another wall.
Yeah,
Let's
parang,
go.
Let's see.
Diba?
Yeah,
Diba?
yeah.
Okay, so meron pa pala.
Meron
diba?
pa pala.
And I'm not yet spent. Kaya ko pa to. Diba?
It's all in your head. You decide. It's weird. Like a lot of my instructors from Power Dance, Douglas Nieres, he was like, you decide that you're not going to fall. And I'm like, paano mo gagawin yung decide? Ano yun? You know, you need to have the abs, the muscles. No, it starts in your head that you will nail this jump.
This
You will
routine,
nail this, and it starts in your head, and it when it clicked for me, that's when things I think got a little bit not easier, but kasi I told you I couldn't dance, I'm not flexible. Parang okay, I'm gonna decide, I'm gonna be flexible. I'm gonna decide, I'm gonna be this.
Again, it's
Parang
power.
decision siya,
Again,
decision.
it's diba? What's it? Ano yung sinasabi ko kanina?
Law of attraction.
Law of attraction,
Yeah.
diba? Again.
You decide. It's a decision. It's done. It's made. You know, you decide. Of course, it's I'm the president of the US. Syempre, iba naman. That's
Iba naman
delusion naman
Iba
yun.
naman yun. Iba naman yun.
Iba naman yung ganon.
But if you focus hard enough, maybe first of all you need to be
A US
a US
citizen.
citizen.
You know,
And you need to be born there. So
Within the
disqualified
bounds.
na tayo doon.
Within the bounds of reality, with the bounds of reality. I mean, sometimes even not. You know, who knows? Yeah.
And let's say hi to Millie Ceballos again, and also Daryl Nicole Garcia Go. Pabati daw po kay mama ko na natutulog na. I love you.
Oh, that's so sweet. Harry, my doggy.
And yeah, she's saying, or he, Daryl Nicole, bullies are immature. Yeah. And also, of course, powerful Nigel Villanueva of Paradigm Shift Productions. Yun.
Yeah.
It's amazing. This has been an amazing episode.
We pushed through. Parang kaya natin to. We pushed through the time.
Well, I'm really a nocturne. I sleep at around 6 6 to 7
In the
pa nga
morning?
Yeah, so
What?
this is like
Wild.
prime time for
Prime
me.
time, prime time. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Thank you so much for having me. It's been really nice.
I
Yeah,
am
yeah, yeah.
honored. I'm honored.
No, I am too. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
so
Of
much. Thank you so
course.
much.
Yeah. What is this? It's
It's
sugar.
sugar.
Oh. Anuhin na natin yan. Para
Okay. Okay, so
yeah.
so we've been on for 3 hours.
Okay.
Yes, so maybe we can uh teka.
Ayan, ayan,
Maybe
ayan,
ay
ayan.
wala
It's
nang
almost,
charge.
yeah.
It's spent. Maybe you can sing a couple more songs
Yeah,
and that before
sure.
we call it a night.
Let me see what kind of maganda sana last Christmas. So the link is bit. Can I
Mhm.
say it?
Sure.
bit.ly.
Bit out. Mhm.
Is it slash?
Yeah.
Slash AV last Christmas. It's a funny video. So
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
Let's see. What kind of song? If you like now you can even like play some of the videos na lang from my Instagram if you like. Or if I'll sing one more song.
Sige.
Sige.
Whatever suits you.
Mm.
Yes, we are very honored to have you, says Nigel. Next time, dapat pala invite ko si Nigel ngayon. I should have, dapat naisip ko yun.
Next time.
Next time.
So this is I think this is quite an apt song, Coffee and Lullabies, because you're drinking coffee, lullabies, good dapat tayo matulog. So
Can you start again?
yeah,
Okay,
sure.
okay.
So the song's produced by a good friend of mine in London,
Mhm.
Manuel.
So the love can be found in all the small things. Your hands can't even carry or walk for a mile. It's in the silence in between. The laughter you can muster with me. Stars on a bleak sky, starts for every goodbye. Coffee and lullaby, stars in your eyes. I'll even iron your clothes. Never say goodbye. Don't you say goodbye. I won't say goodbye. Never say goodbye.
Okay. That's one of the genres. Yeah, thank you so much.
Wow, that's
It's a different one.
uh,
Marami
ang
kasi.
ganda. Actually, are you the one arranging the songs?
For this one, I did the melody in the top line. Actually, tapos na yung track.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a challenge because the track is done. He was actually thinking of it as an instrumental track. So I had to fit the melody and the lyrics and the syllables into whatever's already available.
So the melody is you.
Yeah. Coffee and lullabies, stars in your eyes. I'll even iron your clothes.
Oh,
Never
what?
say goodbye. That was the
That's
lyrics.
very, very creative lyrics too.
Yeah.
What's it about?
Because coffee, it's like a start of the day, right? And lullabies is like the end of the day. It's like from start to the end. It's about it's like this is the second part of the song that we're talking about. I promise to walk you down the road when we both get old. It's like a song for the entirety
Yeah.
of your love
Mm-hmm.
for this person. Um, it's
It's a
like
very sweet song.
yeah, it's like coffee and lullaby, stars in you. It's like saying that no matter what happens, this song. I hope this song stands the test of time, no, whether we end up getting old together or whether our
Mm-hmm.
love is just for now. Because I was in the middle of a relationship at this time, and I didn't know if I would be able to come back to London. So parang we were in limbo. So this was my song for the guy I was not for him, but it was about that
About
about
okay. That idea.
that idea na parang I don't know if we'll end up together or not, but you know, this is how I feel for you in this moment.
Have you been able to perform these songs?
I have in London actually, and what do you call this? It was so weird because I've been performing in Manila, diba? Asia, in Asia also, but I not my own songs, not my own songs that I've written myself. I've sung originals that were written by other people, but not my own stuff. And it was no, parang it's so weird. It's very weird. It's a different experience.
I see.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when are we gonna hear Sha Supangan songs here in the local scene?
I don't know. I mean, actually, you know what? I don't know if I should release an EP
Yeah.
or just singles
Yeah,
or
or on Spotify.
yeah. Let's see. I think in London, I've recorded the one that I first sang, the I'd Still Love You. I re-recorded that here, so we'll be releasing that one soon. But I don't know what I'm going to decide what to do moving forward. Maybe I'll just release one by one. Yeah. Because my idea is I'll be releasing electronic versions of the songs as well.
Ramiro Mataro can help you record any song.
Wow. Hello, hello.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you ever feel like if you can still squeeze it in your schedule, and he's available, I'm sure he's gonna help you out.
Yay, yes. And that what's his name? Ramiro, right?
Ramiro,
Yeah, yeah.
Ramiro.
Hello.
Yeah. He's a very talented producer, and he's a veteran at a young age, and really he's the most guested
Here.
here.
Ah,
Yeah.
hello, hello.
So sayang nga hindi siya nakapunta, pero
It'll all
it
come
will
together.
it will converge one
Yes.
time basta.
Yeah. It's so
Alright.
hard to pick songs because alam mo yun parang 'di ba parang to showcase. I mean, yeah. I mean, I
Teka.
have so many different songs here.
So, until when are you gonna be here?
September 17th.
September 17th. So, Nigel, meron ka bang gig during that time? Maybe we can invite siya. Yeah. With well, he's a very prolific gig producer. Si Nigel of Paradigm Shift, partner of TPKP, Powerful Comics Man podcast. Yeah, no.
Ayan o,
Yeah, no.
right
So
underneath.
go to Paradigm Shift. Just look it up on Facebook and all the social media, and to check out local gigs.
Yeah, okay. I was just gonna. I'm even like I have a new song coming up with MK Irvas where I'm producing it naman for
Oh.
him, and then a couple more songs na
Who's
parang
MK?
lo-fi. MK, ano siya? Para siyang si Mariah na meron din. He can sing low, and he can sing up to Mariah. He can look him up.
He can sing Mariah.
Yeah. Pinractice
Jesus
daw niya
Christ.
talaga yan.
Wow. Okay, pinag-aralan niya.
Yeah, whistling, grabe. So we're writing a Tagalog
Send him
lo-fi.
over here.
Yeah, I'll tell him. Tagalog lo-fi song.
What's a lo-fi song?
It's parang you know how everything nowadays is kind of like high quality, you know, everything's so smooth. Parang this one is more you know how
Rugged?
before parang you just you know what I mean?
I
So
see,
it's
I
coming
see.
back na naman. Maybe I have it here. Maybe I have the ano,
track?
the track. It's just short. It's like 30 seconds.
Okay.
It's okay if they're still alive. We're gonna sing this together. I'll let him know about your podcast, of
Sure,
course.
sure, sure. And
Um,
also watch out for other. We're
your other
planning.
artists.
We're planning to make this regular during Wednesdays.
Okay.
Ano para sakto Wednesday.
Sakto. Okay. So it all worked out.
Uh,
I don't know what the quality is right now, but then this is a first. This is a
okay.
first. So
This is the first.
that's
It's
ever
not
been.
final yet.
No, no, no,
Okay,
no.
okay.
So, but I think it's a good thing to share because it's Tagalog and
Ayoko na ng ganito. Lumayo ka na sa akin tuwing pagsapit ng dilim. Oh, pwede ba? Oh, pwede ba? Bumalik na lang sa dati bago pa maglaho ang sarili sa iyo.
yeah,
What's
that's a
his name?
snippet of a song. MK
MK.
Irvas.
Let's check out his Facebook
Yeah,
page.
sure.
MK Cuervas.
Irvas.
How do you spell that?
ERVA. Yeah, there you go.
Irvas.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
This one. This guy.
yes,
Okay, so watch out.
yes. Actually, wait. I'll play this other song. It's a similar cloud, so it's never heard of. Never heard of. I mean, this is unreleased, so medyo similar vibe.
Okay.
Did you find him, MK?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feeling in my bones, I'm about to lose control. Oh, oh, oh. I feel it in my bones, I'm about to lose control. I'm about to lose control. I'm about to lose control. Oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. I feel it in my bones. I'm about to lose control. About to lose control. About to lose control.
It's like something we're working on.
Okay.
With a guy named Mark Laws. Also, Mark Laws Music
Awesome.
on Instagram. These are because I want to, sometimes like people just I understand that you want to show a finished product, parang mixed na, naka-master na.
Yeah.
I think for me, a lot of the artists that I really admire also is, I see their progress, I see the struggle, and I don't just see the finished product. I see, and that's why I thought to like show you some of the things that we've been working on.
Cool.
They're not polished, they're not mixed or mastered, and yeah.
Parang you see the journey
Yeah.
in the unreleased tracks,
Yes,
diba?
yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
di ganito pala. It gives the artist it shows more of their personality,
Right.
diba?
Yeah.
And how it parang transforms into the final
Yes, like
product,
Trio
diba?
Transformers.
Ganun.
Yes. Okay.
Awesome.
Ubusin natin yan. We're gonna finish the...
Sige.
Okay natin. Sige, oo.
Paano to? Hati tayo dito sa isa. Hati tayo? Paano natin hahatiin yan?
You can have it.
Ari.
No, you can have it.
Oh, but it's supposed to be yours. You can take it home.
Okay.
Take it, basta bigay mo sa mama mo. Bigay mo sa
I
mama
was just
para
gonna say. I
matikman.
was just gonna say.
Yeah. Sayang, isa lang siya. I'll check if there's more in the kitchen. Pero, again, it's Mucha Lux Cakes. Check it out.
Why is it that name?
You know what?
Why
Let's
did you
check
name
out.
it?
It's my wife says it's Maria, a derivative of Maria, and she has Maria on her name. Let's check
Right.
out Mucha's yan, Instagram page. My wife, she's a wizard when it comes to these.
Magic. I love it. Yeah, yeah.
It's like ito yung mga donut. This is one of the donuts, one of the best sellers. And they're vegan, okay? So if you have any doubts about vegan food, teka, di pala tayo tama. Kala ko hindi na nakikita. If you have any doubts about vegan food, these are Carolina Reapers from the Chili Fest.
Wow.
Pero
I love chili.
talaga, wow.
I love chili.
You should have went.
I know your kapitbahay has chili down the road. They have chili tree, chili
Really?
plant. Yeah,
Talaga.
just outside. You can
Talaga.
make a pumitas doon.
There was a Chili Fest recently.
Wow,
This
I
was
missed it.
This was sa Makati lang. Yan. And Johnny Scoville was there.
Okay.
You know Johnny Scoville? No?
Is it the I don't know.
Scoville is the unit that they use to quantify
Oh,
how hot
right.
chilies are. But if you see that guy, parang hindi ko nga lang alam if it's scientific or if it's just parang that Scoville guy
Okay.
was there.
That guy.
Okay, that guy
himself?
was there.
What?
So
Okay.
so I actually wasn't familiar with him too. So when they were introducing him,
Yeah.
parang, so I asked one of the vloggers there,
Right.
who's Johnny Scoville exactly?
Yeah.
Tapos parang, syempre parang nasa Chili Fest kami, parang naka ano siya,
What?
what the hell are you doing here? How dare you?
No, but it should be open to even
Oo nga eh.
novices, right?
Well,
Yeah.
he
But I understand, yeah.
he answered naman politely, pero the look that he gave me initially was parang like that.
Right.
Anyway, parang it's anyway, back to Mucha. It's this is how epic. It's actually a cult. There's a cult following to it in the vegan community.
I'm sure.
It's you see the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Mandala Park. Good Food Sundays in
Where is
Park.
Mandala Park exactly?
In Shaw Boulevard.
Okay.
Right beside the Pure Gold.
And
Doon sa
then,
may KFC doon.
okay.
Oo.
On Sunday, what time does it start? Because you mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, it started
And it would start.
It starts 10 a.m. Pero we get there. It's 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Right.
But we usually get there around 1.
Okay.
But be there by 1 because by swerte, sometimes we sell out in less than an hour.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's how ganun katindi tong Mucha.
I'm super curious. Like, what? Why vegan? Like, is she vegan or?
Yes. My wife's
Oh.
vegan, so
Amazing.
and that's why we also do wedding cakes.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
And
not.
these are all cakes. These are walang styrofoam dyan.
Yes.
No, ganun.
Love.
Anyway,
And
so
they're made
yan,
with
the
love. They're
donuts.
made with love.
Yes.
You know, that's the
yes.
most important ingredient,
It
isn't
is.
it?
It
I'm
is.
so badui, but it's true. It's true though. It's true
Yes.
food. You lay it on the table. It's like music.
Mhm.
You know, it's the same when people talk about food or music. You put yourself into your food and what
Exactly.
you make.
Exactly. And you can see naman.
Yeah.
You can see naman. Just look at the photos. It's
Yeah.
especially
Do
when
you take the
taste it.
pictures? Or does she take
Sometimes.
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 Okay.
These ones, may mga, sometimes we have photographer
Right.
friends who parang volunteer.
Okay.
And sometimes we also pay them
Oh, I want to say
Oh.
hi to Tyrone, who's my housemate in London.
Wow.
Yeah, he wants people to know that he's single, ladies. He's half English, half Asian. So get on it. He's
Get your
like,
ass over
yeah, he's
here,
like,
Tyrone.
tell everybody that your bro is a hunk. There you go.
Who?
And my housemate,
Okay.
was just saying, and then a friend of mine, Mass Nilly, he's tuned in, and he's asking, is that okay if I say?
Asking. Sure.
Yeah. How does a song how do songs fill the emptiness in someone's life? How could it fill? Like that was like a question.
How do songs fill
Or
the
songwriting.
song?
Yeah. I think what he means is the songwriting. Yeah.
We can also ask
The listeners.
songwriters. We have several songwriters listening right now.
Woohoo.
Just you can comment your answer. But for me, I also aside from creating art,
Yeah.
drawing, illustrations, I also I also have written some songs, although never
Yay.
have been wala pang napoproduce.
Yeah.
Kasi it's basta it did not materialize
Right.
yung my musical endeavors, hindi siya nag-fly.
Mm.
But for me, what's the exact question again? Sorry.
I guess because I'm paraphrasing. I think he's saying how the songwriting filled the emptiness in. I think he's asking for me, like in your life, but
Mhm.
in someone's life, how does it fill? I guess, parang how does it fulfill you? What does it give you? What does songwriting give a person or an artist?
I think it's it's a release.
Right.
It's a release
It's like
of a
therapy almost, right?
it's a release of things that you cannot articulate with words, with actions. Well, may words din yung songs, but it's a different thing.
Mm.
It's a
It's a creative
it's a
way.
cathartic.
Yeah.
Iba yung cathartic feeling ng pag when you're writing a song.
Yeah.
And especially if you get to get really serious, and parang you really want, parang you're not just riding the trend, diba?
Mm.
Parang it's something really personal,
Right.
and it's something that you can parang you can that can mark a specific time in your life,
Yeah.
diba? Moment. And,
It's like memorializing something, you know? Like
Yeah.
it's because songs last forever, right? You know, food you eat it, it's digested. Nah, it's gone. But I mean, not that it's any of less value. I'm just saying like songs, it's there, you
Mhm.
know? Like it's like a product that you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's for I think songs are forever.
Yeah.
May forever.
It's a
Walang expiry date.
may
May
forever
forever in songs.
sa songwriting.
Yeah,
Uy, pwede.
di ba?
Oo.
You immortalize your feelings. It's the, you know what I mean? I
Oh.
mean,
Gab Kabangon, you can the next Phil Pop, may forever sa songwriting.
may forever sa songwriting. Bagong caption yan dapat
Oo
ng
nga, no?
songwriting, di ba?
Oo nga,
Right.
no?
Thank you for that question, Mas.
Oh, so I hope that's a satisfactory answer.
Yeah.
Pero yun, it's like when you create art, and parang when you decide that it's done, it's finished. Okay,
Mm.
this is parang you don't wanna touch it anymore.
Right.
Diba? Because
Right.
this is how it is.
Mm.
Diba?
I
Parang
like that.
if you want to improve it, you improve the next piece.
You're right. That's so interesting because a lot of songwriters expect, like including me,
Mhm.
kailan ba matatapos? And you know, you
Mhm.
always feel like you can. I mean, you can. It's an endless improvement.
Yes.
Like life is progressive, you know, you
Mm.
can't really regress. Pero parang sometimes you have to decide, you know, the song is done. It's like it's left you and it's
Mhm.
its own thing and it has to
Yes.
be free. You have to set it, let it go,
Mhm.
you know. Don't add another bass line, don't add another guitar riff. Okay na siya. Let go mo na siya.
Yes.
Yeah, that's difficult.
Well, out of pag kasi na stuck ka doon, when you get stuck on that kind of process, parang that's where you get stuck as a creative, as an artist. Parang it will impede you.
That's what's happening. Just kidding. No, but it'll be done.
Well, you
It'll
have
be done.
you have 30 songs anyway,
Yeah,
and
They need to be done, eh.
but then it's not saying that once you finished, once you put down your pen, it's done. Of course, you can always have the option to, okay, medyo parang you can always tweak. Pero parang it's the difference of ano eh, parang like let's say comics page.
Yeah.
Parang you can always improve, especially if it's a creative drawing. Parang,
Right.
you can always
Add more.
you can add more
Kind of-
to.
That.
Let's add a spaceship over here,
Oh,
'di ba?
yeah.
Parang let's add kasi pwede naman talaga, 'di ba? And but then if you can get stuck in that kind of mentality,
Right.
and wala ka nang nagawa. Parang
Wala ka natapos.
Oh, 'di ba? You don't get to finish anything. And then as a result, it's gonna make you feel like that you're not accomplishing anything.
Yeah. I think, you know what? This is going to be a commitment. I'm announcing it to your listeners and to whoever's listening there. I'm going to write something every day, even if it's one word, even if it's one sentence, one line of a song, a poem, whatever, every day. Even if it just says, I have nothing to write, I'm going to do that. And sometimes you just have to show up, and then it comes. But it's like parang, wala, hindi ko feel today. You know, it's like, pero pag may trabaho, parang you can say, hindi ko feel pumasok today. Hindi, papasok ka, right? So I think with the art, what you're saying, like, just show up and see what happens. I'm gonna do that. I'm announcing it. I'm gonna post. I'm gonna write every day, even if it's just one line. Ayan na, accountable dapat na.
Yes.
Like, after, sabihin mo sa akin.
Magpa-follow up ako.
Oo. Sabihin mo, comics man, ano na.
It's on record now.
Yeah, it's on record. Sometimes you have to do that. You have to be accountable kasi pag hindi, wala talaga.
Kumbaga parang isusubo mo yung sarili
Yeah,
mo.
I'm going to post it on Crazy Little Asian. One thing a day, even if it's like nothing. I'm going to post the word nothing.
I remember this line that my friend Lexer Victorio, another podcaster, Pinoy podcaster,
Okay.
the Lex Files, great podcast. Check it out. His every day he posts, "Have you arted today?" Diba? Have you arted today?
Fart.
Oo nga, diba?
Malapit na.
Farted. Well, he's a funny guy, so
Yeah.
it's I'm sure it's wordplay.
Yeah,
There's wordplay involved. Anyway, parang sumagot si Nigel.
Okay.
Si Ramiro sumagot, pero sabi sasagutan ko siya sa next guesting niya. So you should check him out when he
Okay.
comes on.
Of course.
Tapos and while Nigel says you kind of try to find the right words and transform it into lyrics and music. Since you try to write it, you kind of figure out exactly what you're feeling and conveying. Just really trying the best way to translate stories / feelings, etc. into song.
That's nice.
Mm.
That's really nice. I like that. Because sometimes you're also not sure about what it's like you're processing it while you're writing it. You know, you're processing your thoughts, your feelings, what you're actually, what you said, what you're going through. Yeah. My goodness. Oh my God. I have sometimes you don't even like, I have a song that my friend would, it's a similar thing that maybe girls and guys go through.
Okay.
Parang, my friend spent the night with this guy. And the
Okay.
first thing he says in the morning was, have you booked a cab yet? Walang good morning, walang are you okay?
Who said that? The guy or the
The
girl?
guy told my friend. And of course, she's heartbroken. Can you imagine, you know? Parang, ouch. And I mean, different iterations, like after something happens, parang, I don't know, hindi na nagtatawagan, ghosting na or whatever. And it's such a painful experience for my friend. And I wrote a song just to make light of things. And I'll send it, or maybe I'll post it. if you want, I have it. It's called Good Morning. But like it's
Well,
quite
we
a
can hear
quirky
s-
song.
we
It's a
can-
quirky song.
We can hear some parts of it.
Yeah. It's parang okay. I woke up in his arms, succumbed to his charms. Is this the start of something new? The sun is shining, the birds are singing. Will he make me some breakfast in bed? 'Cause I'd rather cuddle with him instead. Ooh, what a good morning. He turns to me and says, what time are you leaving? What time are you leaving? 'Cause I've got things to do, just like shine my shoes and go to the loo. Stuff to do without you. Something like that. You get what I mean?
Wow. I like your writing. I love your writing,
Oh,
actually.
thanks.
I love
Thank
your
you.
writing. It's very basta.
It's very basta.
creative. It's creative. It's your voice. It's your
Oh,
voice.
okay.
Probably because of the J.K. Rowlings that you've read.
Probably. JK,
Diba?
my queen.
Oh, diba?
Yeah. No, kasi parang ang sakit na nung nangyari. If I'm gonna make an Adele, parang parang ang sakit na nga. Tapos parang sakit na. Parang I was like, how do I transform this? I wanna
Gets.
not make fun, but you just, because it's so, imagine being in love with someone and something happens to you guys, you know, you make love, and then yun pala, nakapag-book ka na ba ng cab? Nakapag-Uber, nakapag-Grab ka na? Book ka na ng Grab? Grabe
Is
naman.
this in London or just?
This is I don't want to say where my
Okay,
friend's
okay.
from. But then I mean, has it happened to me? I mean, it's happened to me in a different way, but it's like, you know, they don't call anymore the next day and stuff like
Okay.
that. So yeah, it's a funny situation.
Wow.
Yeah. Two.
Oh, would you have any?
Two.
Would you have any tips to songwriters, to those who are
my
stuck in,
God.
diba?
Don't listen to whatever I say, because I am, wow. I mean, takes me
Well, at
ages
least
to
writing. At least writing.
I think, okay, this is a good, maybe not advice, because I'm like, I know what's happening. No,
Okay.
but it's an advice I need to imbibe myself.
Okay.
You can never get stuck. And then I was like, what? No, like a writer's block is an actual thing. You have all these excuses, right? And she said, if you're able to talk, then you're able to write, because, you know, if you can speak, if you're able to communicate through speech, then you can write. And I thought about it. I'm like, oh nga naman, you know, like you can show up. You have to show up. Like, you have to sit your ass and for 30 minutes, even 20 minutes a day, and say, okay, even if I write absolutely nothing or just the word nothing 75 times over and over on a piece of paper, that's what I'm gonna do. And I think it's just the discipline in showing up. A lot of these songs that I wrote were days where, ayun nga, some of them I was really sad, but some of them, parang, you know what, I don't feel like it. I'd rather sleep. I'd rather watch Netflix, watch the next episode of whatever TV series. But I showed up, and then stuff came out. So sometimes it's just about showing up talaga. Please don't take my word for it, because I mean, my goodness, like it's a struggle.
You can still use some. You're still honing your skills. I
Yeah,
guess.
and it's so. I think this is one good thing as well. Like, I judge my writing immediately. And di ba, pag when you're writing a draft, you don't judge whether it's good or bad. You just write. It's not. Sometimes it's not about making. Are people gonna like this? Is this good? Is this smart enough? Is this clever? Is this interesting? No, you just write. You just write.
Well, you can never know what people would want in anyway,
No
diba?
idea.
There's kasi if there's a formula to find out, then everybody would do it, and each and every song that would come out of the radio would be hits, diba?
Yeah.
So yun.
It goes again to that self-judgment, you know, like you just write. Like, for example, that song, I was so insecure about. I thought it was just a stupid song, you know, that song. But whenever I sing it, people weirdly enjoy. I wouldn't say like it or
I enjoyed it.
yeah, parang it's quirky.
Mm-mm.
And it was a joke, it just started off as a joke. So like what you said, never know. You just have to. I mean, kasi parang singing is becoming singing or songwriting is becoming this thing that only select few people do. I mean, select few people choose to do whatever writing, art, but everybody they're free to do this. I mean, not may mga hindi kaya, but like a lot of people can do this and just show up talaga. It doesn't parang, for example, your accounting. You're not gonna say, is my accounting inspired today? Is my lawyering creative or they just do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Diba? Hindi ba parang am I an interesting doctor? Am I parang am I
interesting enough to
operate on this
operate
person?
on this
am I
to do
cute today?
tawag doon, a bypass
Oo,
operation.
parang I'm not feeling very inspired Parang wag na. It's the same with art, and sometimes of course it's like what you said, it's a special thing, but it's not here, it's in the work. It's not always in this lofty, the mystical songwriting, singing, creating art. Sometimes it's the dirty work. It's sitting alone in your room, right? It's not the glamorous. It's not always the glamorous thing. It's like, okay, we're gonna do this today. It's not always this parang wow, pop star, and no, yun yung nakakalimutan ko din sometimes parang, it's not just the cute clothes and the performing and the dancing. It's also the nitty gritty of it, right? Diba?
Yeah. I saw an Instagram story. I'm sorry.
No, sorry.
I saw an Instagram story of yours.
Yeah.
And you were talking about something like that. Parang they were shot. One of your clients. I don't know. We performed
Yeah.
and parang parang nagulat sila when you were when you were performing. Oh, itsura niya parang ganyan.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
Okay. Of course, not gonna mention what company, but it's one of the top alcohol brands in the world.
Okay.
And I went to the meeting.
Is it Johnny Walker? The joke.
Not gonna say anything. No, but and I was very grateful that they, someone, a representative contacted me, and I went to the meeting. Wala akong makeup. I don't know if I woke up late, whatever reason. I wasn't really wearing makeup. Now I'm wearing a bit, but not really. But talagang bare. And then it could be me judging the situation, but you can tell when someone's interested in what you have to say, or like when someone you get what I mean, right?
Okay.
I felt like the person was or parang why are we hiring this person? Or maybe, you know what, maybe it's my insecurity, maybe it's in my head.
Okay.
But it kind of it was confirmed. My thoughts were confirmed later on when I performed. Like what you said, I performed, and after my performance, this person spoke to me, and he was like, "Wow, ibang-iba itsura mo. You look so different." And I'm like, "Yeah," because I was wearing a corset, push-up bra, hair extensions, eyelash extensions, contact lenses, naka-bake ako, naka-contour, naka-nose line, lahat na. Alam mo yun, naka-double push-up bra. Lahat na. I was wearing 7-inch heels, not 6. 7-inch heels. And 6 or 6.5, 7-inch heels. And I was like, wow, iba-iba talaga yung itsura mo. Buti na lang. Kasi nung pumunta ka sa meeting natin, di ganyan yung itsura mo eh. Buti na lang. It's parang ako, it's like a backhanded compliment, right? Like, oh, thank God you fucking wore all this shit. Otherwise, what the fuck? But the thing is, he meant it positively. He didn't look like he wanted me to get hurt or to offend me. Actually, he wasn't saying it in a mean girl, I think he was really sincerely trying to compliment me in a but then if you really think about the words, parang, wow, and that really stuck to me for longest time, that I had to be made up. I had to look as foreign as possible.
Foreign?
Like, brown contact lenses, or not foreign, but like as mestiza, as whatever
Okay.
was, I was mapute, or like I had to look a certain
A certain look.
A certain look, you know, a certain look, and that was the only way I could be, I could perform, or I'd be
Appreciated.
respected or appreciated. And yeah, like difference in the scene, I guess. I mean, I performed here with little makeup also, but in London, remember, naulanan ako for 20 minutes. Yung makeup ko, tunaw-tunaw na. I was like, I couldn't find the way to the place I was gonna perform, and people were like, wow, that was one of the best performances I've seen. Parang in Manila, kung if I showed up in a club looking like that, my God, ano nangyari sa'yo? Binagyo ka ba? Mahangin ba sa labas? Alam mo, parang that's unacceptable, that look, you know? But in London, it's like, oh, wow, edgy. Alam mo yun? Parang, wow, okay pala to. I didn't have time to fix up because when I got to the venue, I had to start. So just stuff like that. But yeah, yun yung story.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Pero, do you think there are still a lot of other performers who feel na ganun dapat? Kasi, alam mo yun,
I think,
mayroong mga ganun. Kasi there's a genre of that. Eh.
right.
So, do you think, kumbaga may mga taong parang compelled to put up a certain
Look.
persona?
I think, and this is, I think a lot, I'm not saying guys don't experience this, right? But then, I mean, you never go on stage and say, oh my God, wala yung push, hindi kita yung cleavage ko today. Not one guy, or maybe, you know, like a man would ever go on stage and say, hindi kita yung cleavage ko today, baka hindi sila tumingin. You know, these are little things like this. Or for example, you're wearing like a tight outfit, and when you're singing, you have to expand your diaphragm, right? Like little things like this. When you're expanding your diaphragm, of course your stomach's not flat. Of course you're gonna expand it nga eh. I remember singing in Singapore, and I remember the guy who's quite big. He's quite a rotund, robust guy, and he was like, oh my God, what the hell is her stomach doing? So big. And he's a big guy. And I'm like, I mean, I don't mind he's big, he's small, it doesn't matter. But I'm like, yo, you're not small either. So it was like, so I even sang incorrectly. I would breathe through my chest. So that was one of the bad habits that I formed through the years because
Because of that.
yeah, I sing through my chest because if I sing through my diaphragm, lumalaki yung tiyan ko, and apparently, and you know, malaki ng tiyan niya. I've heard these comments. It's like, I mean, guys don't really think that much about that. You know, like, lumaki ba yung tiyan ko? May gato bang angle? I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe they do as well. I don't want to discount your feelings. But
Well, maybe baka lost in translation lang kasi Singapore yun.
no,
diba?
it was
Really?
definitely, he was really complaining. And the girl beside him
What the fuck?
was saying like, no, look at me. Like my stomach is also not flat. And she's like, yeah, but she's singing. She's performing.
Talaga?
Yeah. So this is not me just like, it's very clear. And yeah, I mean, okay, with your question, I think there are a lot of people who feel compelled to look a certain way, you know, with the release of the K-pop stars,
Yeah.
with our own stars. I mean, parang kailangan ganyang itsura. And for the longest time, I was subscribed to that. Like, I had so many corsets. Yung corset, di ka talaga makahinga dyan.
Talaga?
You know, like talagang tight fit, ganon. And then in London, I was like, you know, I'm not gonna wear a bra today. Not even to put on makeup. I was like, the worst that can happen is people boo me off the decks, you know?
Well, that's a very for me, it's a very healthy way to think. That parang okay,
Bahala
parang
na.
if worst thing that could happen is I get booed off stage. To a lot of people, that would be the end of the world.
You're right.
Pero to you, it's
I want to see what happens, like, you know, pero parang, yeah, I mean, I got a really good feedback. I mean, of course, not everyone's going to be like, oh, it's great, she's not making any effort. But not everyone's going to love it. But I just wanted to see the reaction or any reaction of, and why did I not wear a bra or put on any makeup? I was just curious, you know, if people would listen still, if I wasn't made up. Would they listen if I'm just wearing a shirt and nothing to see here, you know, not like I have any anyway. Pero alam mo yun, parang walang kahit ano, parang, and they did, and it was like such a freeing feeling. Not that I wouldn't wear any makeup anymore from here on out, but I just wanted na parang you have that freedom, and there will be people who would listen to you
regardless.
regardless. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
How about K-pop? Have you ever parang kasi dancing,
Singing.
singing, 'di ba? Parang have it ever crossed your
To
mind
do
na
K-pop.
to train? Kasi very extensive yung training nila doon.
Right.
Grabe, 'di ba?
Yeah, no, it's next level. Grabe
'Di ba?
sila. Their diet, they need to have a certain weight. Ganun, ganun. No,
Hindi mo na-tripan.
no, it's not.
That's
I
not your
mean,
thing.
the discipline that you need to have to be a K-pop star is phenomenal, but it's not. No, no, not my jam.
If you see have you seen Blackpink, 'di ba?
Yeah, I've
Grabe yung
seen.
Blackpink. They're really good.
Yeah.
Everyone dances really well, 'di ba? And
Blackpink.
okay naman yung singing nila is also on
Of
point,
course,
'di
yeah,
ba?
you have to be if you.
And they train for 6 years, 7 years, 'di ba? So you get parang I read this somewhere, parang it takes 7 years for you to master any skill. So,
Really? Is it?
'di ba? So if you start now on a skill that na kahit wala ka, zero knowledge about it, parang and you do it every day
Yeah.
and it takes 7 years. After 7 years, you're gonna be a master. You can do it
Wow.
while
Is that every day?
well at least parang I suppose you cannot really parang count exactly, 'di ba? Pero if you're gonna do it diligently
Yeah.
for 7 years,
Yeah.
parang you will become a master.
But time's gonna pass anyway. Might as well, diba?
Exactly.
Time's gonna pass,
Oo nga eh.
right?
Kasi sa parang
It'll be
sabi,
7 years.
yun nga eh, di ba parang sa, oh, that's a long time. Look, bitch.
Yeah.
Time's gonna pass anyway. Parang it's like the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago.
Yeah.
The second best time is right
Now,
now.
yeah,
Di ba?
you're gonna
Parang
be
ganun yun eh.
37 in 7 years.
Oo.
Might as well do something that you enjoy.
Yes.
They keep sending me pictures of this girl.
Who's that?
From
That's
Blackpink.
Blackpink.
They
That's
say
Lisa.
I look like this person. I'm like, what? Yeah,
Well, actually, your moves, you can.
Yeah.
She's that's Lisa. I don't know.
Yeah.
She's Thai. She's
Yeah.
not really Korean.
Yeah.
And Blackpink is like the cream of a crop ng K-pop right now. And she's standing out.
Yeah.
Kasi
Iba
parang
din yung look niya eh.
Oo nga eh. And she's really beautiful too.
Yeah.
But-
Wow,
and
grabe
she's,
naman to.
And she's they describe her as a dancing genius.
Mm.
Parang meron siyang if she sees a dance routine one time, she can copy that routine. Parang
She's
ganun.
honed her skill.
Oo nga
Yeah, so
eh.
yun, that's how I found out about them. I mean, not saying na parang wow, but then like wow, thank you. Pag nakaayos siguro, pwede. Pwede ko siyang kamuka.
Patingin, oo nga no. That's Lisa of Black.
Yeah. Because my friend sent it to me.
I
Like, oh my
got-
god, I thought this was you. I'm like, no way.
Talaga.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, no.
Well, pwede ka eh. Well, actually, di ba, parang the way yung I'm sure if kung ginusto mo, you could have been.
Yeah, but I don't know. I quite like being solo. I think I quite like being a solo artist.
I have no problem with that neither.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Amy Winehouse.
Yes.
Also,
Ewan ko po.
rest in peace vibe.
Oo nga, it's grabe.
Oh my gosh, no, let's not.
Amy. I love her.
Yeah.
I love her. That's the only Funko Pop I have. Except for
Oh.
the Jollibee one.
Yeah. Someone fell. Shrek fell, actually.
Tignan mo, yung Shrek ko,
Nakahiga.
nod na yung niya, because of Harlow. Yung feet niya.
Kagat na.
Anyway, so
Okay.
we're almost 4 hours.
God.
3 hours and 48 minutes. So, and
Okay
it's
na.
3 a.m. Maybe
Grabe
I
na
should
to.
ano ba?
Let's adjourn.
I hope I really wish I could have you again here on the show in the future.
Yeah, of course. Let's do it. We can even do it remotely, maybe. You know, we can do like
That's an idea.
yeah, why not? Then baka may interesting things na nangyayari doon. We can I don't know, Zoom. I think there's a new app now. You can podcast.
Yeah, we can actually Facebook Live is could also work
Ooh.
in here.
Yeah.
In this napaka makapangyarihang XSplit na ang download link ay nasa baba.
Look for it.
Kung gusto nyong mag-podcast.
I wanna start my own podcast when I'm in London actually. So maybe you can talk. You can help me. You can talk about that
Yeah. No,
in
no
the future.
problem.
Yeah.
Do you want video on your podcast or you just
I think just the
Just
audio,
audio?
actually for starters. I think.
this is all you need. This one.
Show
This
people.
guy. This Shure MV 58
Yeah.
Motive. You get this one. Hook it up with your kasi you can connect this directly on the
App.
iPhone or Android phone.
Right.
And it's plug and play.
Okay.
Podcast away.
But then what app would you use for just an audio one?
It has you can record with this device. There's a Shure app,
Mm-hmm.
Motive for audio and for video. So
Right.
you can use this na there's several kinds of Motive on the Motive line. Ito yung pinaka malaki
Wow.
and pinaka makapangyarihan. Basta it's really nice. It's just
Yeah.
that these guys
Yeah.
are nicer. And it's mas madami kang may kakabit eh.
Right.
Anyway, pero if you're looking to podcast, that's my recommendation.
Yeah, but then then where do you upload it?
It's,
Stuff like that. Which website do you host the audio?
Yeah.
Like it's just stuff like that. So we can talk about that separately. But yeah,
Yeah.
something that I would like to do.
Yeah, there's several free podcast hosting websites.
Apps.
Yeah,
Website.
Anchor.fm. Parang
Okay,
ganun.
gonna write down. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so-
It's a free service.
Okay.
Actually, it's parang plug and play din.
Right.
Actually, you can mas maganda kasi the quality
Mm-hmm.
of the podcast would greatly improve, especially if you're gonna be singing.
Right.
Diba? You don't want if you're gonna use the microphone
Of your phone.
nung phone lang medyo mukhang tunog lata eh. Diba?
Yeah.
So this one it's gonna be maganda. Maganda
Okay.
yung quality. So it's a worthy investment. Yeah, I'm gonna send you links. So,
Sige. Ang daming kailangan, being an artist, ang dami mo kailangan, diba? Like
Yes.
DJ,
Yes,
singing,
yes.
and daming equipment. But,
Yeah. So, yun. That's
finding ways. My
Thank
God.
you so much.
Thank you so
Do
much.
do you want to say any parting words?
Yeah, I mean, nothing too heavy, but I have a gig later pala, mamaya. I have a gig later at apartment in Poblacion
Poblacion.
from 10 till 12. I'm opening for Sanya Smith.
Yeah.
And then on September 13, I'll be DJing at Topic Poblacion also. And then the brewery in the BJC. I'm doing a DJ/vocal set also September 10.
September 10 in Upper House. Din doon,
Yeah,
diba?
doon. So again, it's 5, 10, and 13. Those
5,
are.
10, 13.
I'm gonna post the links on the chat later.
Maybe Nigel can catch you on BGC.
Yeah,
And,
come and jam.
just meet him.
Come and jam. And
Yeah.
parting words. I mean, thank you so much for having me and for offering your platform.
The honor is mine, and
Yeah.
ano yun, I'm gonna basta sobrang lapit nitong episode na to.
Yeah, thank you so much. And to whoever's listening and you're wondering whether you should go for something that is quite controversial or baka parang, should I do it? Should I not do it? Like what you said earlier, it's better to regret things that you did than you won't regret the things you did. You'd probably regret things that you didn't do. So just go for it.
Yes.
And there will be people who will be there to support and it's like me talking to myself din eh. Diba when you give advice, sometimes it's like you giving advice to yourself, and just don't be afraid to show people what you want to do, because then the masters come, they help you out. Like for example, me podcasting, now I meet you. Isn't that weird, right? Like I was thinking of making a podcast, and someone who's invested all this equipment shows up in my life and invited me to do a podcast. That's weird, but that things like power of attraction.
Yes.
So yeah, put it out there. And thank you so much. And yeah, let's see what happens in our journey. My journey in London.
Yeah. All the best. I'm sure you're gonna kick ass over there and just basta
Basta na.
flag bearer of the Philippines.
Pilipinas. Para sa ekonomiya.
I messed up. Kumain ako dun sa ipapasalubong.
No, it's okay. You know, it happens. It kept us going. It kept us going. Kept us going. Thank you so much to the Mucha as well. Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
that's it. Hindi tayo matatapos dito. If we're gonna fidget around.
Yeah.
But thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you. Kaya natin to. We survived. Thank you. You survived listening to me. So congratulations
Congratulations.
to us.
Woo! Powerful Comics Man Podcast.